stuff.
Ooh. Alrighty then.
Fuck. I can't fucking move.
No thanks, fucking YouTube. I don't want your free TV service.
What's up, Instagram?
Are you sure?
Instagram, what's going on, man? Welcome to the stream. Sorry if I'm late. My fault.
If you're late, that's funny. If you're late,
Only by 71 minutes.
Pretty much.
But who's counting?
Yeah.
So as you can see, Brim is waking up. Sounds like an episode of The Walking Dead. So, I was just telling this to Rambo right before you got in here, Brim.
Yeah.
Retailers like Amazon are now selling graphics cards in bulk, like 6-packs.
What?
Yeah, you can get a 6-pack of 1066 gigabyte cards for $3,700.
The fuck?
Yeah, specifically for cryptocurrency mining.
Oh god. Oh, okay, for that. All right. Oh, in that case, then yeah, go for it. Oh, fuck, if they get them off of my gaming cards, shit. I welcome.
Well, a 1060 is a gaming card.
Yeah, they're
But you said 1060s. Oh, you said 6 1060s. I thought you said. All right, never mind.
Yeah, you get a 6-pack of 1060s for $3,700.
It's not worth it though. Well, maybe for the.
Well, I mean, it is if you're mining. I mean, that's a great
yeah
deal
for
because,
mining.
I mean,
Yeah, you're right.
Buying one 1060 right now is probably like a third of that cost.
Dude, you know what, dude? I can't wait until the fucking market for cryptocurrency just fucking crashes. Like, I want it to fucking crash and burn. I'm so sick of
Bitcoin
this.
is slowly but surely doing it.
I just want to say console gaming for the win.
Oh, God. If this is what I think it is from what Shane was telling me earlier, this should be an interesting conversation. Go ahead.
Oh, somebody like decided to. Well, I forgot who it was, but they got pissed off at me because people were. I mean, I guess that there was an article the other day that said, PC gamers were upset because of the mining and stuff, and I was like, well, I mean, this is like if PC gamers are going to rep their platform like the way they do, then they got to take the good with the bad, and they knew this going into it that it could be a thing. So I mean, it's just something that they're going to have to deal with. That's the platform they chose, and somebody was like, "It's not always like this. This is a one-off thing, and as PC gaming is better than console gaming." I was like, "Dude, nobody even mentioned PC versus console." I was like, it was just simply saying quit bitching about it, because if you chose to do PC gaming, then you obviously know that mining is a thing, and whenever mining always goes up, then prices always go up.
Well, to be fair, if they chose to be a PC gamer this generation.
Well, I mean, even back in the day, wasn't it? I mean, wasn't it other parts more expensive?
Not because of some self-inflated cryptocurrency bullshit,
or because some bullshit cell phone company took up whatever resources.
I thought when Bitcoin first took off and people were mining at their house, like other parts were more started raising in price because of shortages.
See, Bitcoin then was it was just as common as a drug dealer, because honestly it was like the dirty currency of the internet.
Yeah, nobody.
No one wanted to fuck with it.
But somehow or another, they managed to popularize the idea, because back then cryptocurrency was only used for drugs, prostitution, the human
deep web stuff,
human trade trafficking sites. You could buy a shit ton of different things with it, and it wasn't even worth as much either. It was literally like they charged. Oh, sorry. Let me. Stupid ads. It was weird actually, because the amount it took to do all that stuff, you would have thought well, Jesus, this guy's killing his computer just to get some pussy. This is some sad shit, But nowadays, you get one bit of currency, and you could have a nice down payment on a house. So I mean,
yeah.
Yeah, cryptocurrency wasn't nowhere near as known back then, and I don't know who the fuck popularized it, but I wish they wouldn't.
Like the rapper 50 Cent, like he accidentally made $11 million on cryptocurrency. Accidentally.
Yeah.
Did you guys hear about that?
Yeah.
Wasn't it because he did it a while back and then forgot about it?
He bought into it and forgot about it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he accepted bitcoins for one of his albums way back when, and then just like today, or not today, but in today's time, he's like, oh shit, I got $11 million.
Yeah. Bro, my buddy Vincent posted on that bunt cake. he says Tide out here spending all their excess revenue from food sales on Super Bowl hats.
So, Lord Clippity Clop, I have a question for you.
Clippity Clop.
Have you seen the Shadow of Colossus bug that throws you in the air, spins you around, and then comes crashing to the ground and you die?
Have I seen it?
Yeah.
I've seen the video. I've actually experienced my own bugs with it where I've actually had to quit playing it until the patch happened.
Okay, well, see, here's my question then.
Yeah.
I see you all day. I get these notifications at the bottom of my screen. Rambo's Corner has posted an Xbox United and this and that and this and that. Oh, the Switch is outselling the Xbox and this and that.
Mm-hmm.
Why not talk about those bugs?
Because the thing that I had was only a Twitter video, and the only link that I had from that other bug that you're talking about was also a Twitter video, and it's hard to post a Twitter video into those groups because when you copy the link, it doesn't pop up like it don't pop up the video in the Facebook groups. It only just post the link, and then it just says like it'll say like the person's name. Basically, it'll show their Twitter account as the link where people can click. And so that's the only reason why. Like, other than that, I mean, I've been pretty vocal about it on Twitter.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I just don't get Twitter notifications all the time.
Because my, what's it called? My guy, like, if I'm walking forward, all of a sudden he'll just, like, decide to fuck you and start walking back towards the camera. And I'm like, no, the other way. And he's like, then he starts going crazy and, like, spinning in 360 circles 500 times. And then, like, I was holding on to the Colossi and trying to go around one of his little things, and I was pressing right to like shimmy across, while I was holding on, and my guy would go right for a little bit, and all of a sudden, like as I'm still pressing right, he would just switch and start going left, and so then I had to hold down left to go right. But once I got to a certain point, then all of a sudden they decided to switch the controls again, and I was like making myself go back left again. I was like, fuck. And then all of a sudden, when I finally got to the head of the damn Colossi, like my character just like stayed where he was at. He did some kind of seizure thing, and then he stayed where he was at. And the Colossi kept moving, and my guy just kept floating off into the thin air, like just by himself. And then all of a sudden, bam! I'm like right on top of the Colossi again, and I was like, yeah, I'm done. I was like, this is way too fucking much, and it just I couldn't deal with it. So I put it down until a patch comes through, and it's either because the people that are getting the bugs are on the 5.50 beta, or it's just a problem with certain people's games, because I noticed like some people aren't having any issues at all, and some are having obviously some weird things happening. But I'm wondering if the people that are having the weird things happening are people that are part of the system beta, because they said during the system beta that you might experience some game bugs. So that could be something, because I'm part of that beta.
Oh.
Which kind of makes me mad, because I really been looking forward to play this game, and I enjoyed the first Colossi, because no problems there. Second one is where I started flying, and the third one, like, oh god, like that was just like, I spent like about an hour and a half trying to even just deal with the third Colossi. And I never even made it to where I could actually climb them. I kept getting on the sword and getting up there, and then my character would just decide to start breakdancing and everything else. And I was like,
That's funny.
I was like, I'm going back to The Last of Us. At least it works.
Shit, that game better work with how many times it's been released and bundled and.
Twice?
Yeah, twice.
It's like you made it sound like there was a lot of them, but like 2 times. But
In the same year, though.
it wasn't the same year. It was a year after
Wait, what are we talking about?
The Last of Us.
Wasn't that the same calendar year?
Yep, it was the same calendar
No.
year. Yes, it was.
No, it wasn't. It came out in 2013 and on the PS3, and it came out in 2014 on the PS4.
Within 12 months of each other. It's still a year, Rambo.
Yeah, that's what I'm like. What are you talking about? Still
Okay,
within
wait
the
a
12
minute.
months. Calendar year.
Last of Us.
Jesus.
I'm gonna get you the exact dates because I'm not letting y'all disparage my.
Clickety clack clack
He's
clack clickety.
Lord
came out-
Clippity Clop.
Okay, the first one came out June 14th, 2013. Now we are going to see when the remastered version came out. Okay.
Watch it be
The
like
next
13
one-
months.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna be like, "Ha, y'all lied." Oh, it came. Wait, let's see.
Oh.
Well, no, because this one doesn't actually just give like the release date of what's it called? Okay, it came out in July of 2014. So yes, it was in fact
13 months. You son of a bitch. It's the same difference.
Are trying to disparage a great game. They waited that extra month just so people could not say that. I'm just kidding. No.
They probably did, actually. They probably did.
No, the reason why they did though is because I think it was like 90% of the PS4 gamers at that time, because a lot of them had came over from the Xbox One,
Yeah.
hadn't even ever got to play The Last of Us, and so since it was such a highly rated game or whatever, they just ported it over.
Okay.
They say they remastered it, but I think they only really added the enhanced frame rate mode, and then later on that's whenever they added like the HDR and stuff like that. But
Me and my buddy discovered that they used. I think we discovered that they actually made they already had the game made on the PS4, and they dumbed it down to the PS3. That's one of the things that we discovered. Because I mean, don't get me wrong, it still looked amazing even for a PS3 game. You know what I mean? But we had taken the footage from the PlayStation 4 on some of the scenes and matched it up with the E3 announcement trailers of the game. And then you take the PS3 version, it looks completely different. So me and my buddy think that they actually released the PS4 version before they announced it, and then sold that as the PS3 version. Because a lot of the scenes looked more similar from the PS4 to the announcement trailer than they did from the PS3 to the announcement trailer. So I thought that was a little crazy. But
Maybe,
I couldn't get mad at them for that because Microsoft did the whole, this is Xboxes running under this thing, and you look up, oh no, it's not, it's PCs, you bastards.
But they could have possibly just like the announcement trailer was probably the running on the dev kit of the PS3, which is like more probably had about the same power at that point as the PS4, and so that's the reason why it maybe looked a lot better.
Well, I mean the
announcement
PS4 version, from where the scenes with the announcement trailers were, they were like 1 for 1. Like everything looked almost exactly alike, all the way down to like the textures and stuff. So that's why we came up with that theory, was because it was 1 for 1. But like I said, I couldn't get mad at them for that because, like I said, Microsoft fucking went out and were like, "Oh yeah, these are our Xboxes." And it was like, "Oh no, they're PCs."
I would assume that Naughty Dog had probably early access to the PlayStation 4.
Oh yeah, they do. Yeah, they do.
That's like their golden child when it comes to first party studios.
Yeah.
That's basically Xbox's old Bungie.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did you guys see DayZ is coming to consoles?
Oh my god.
Yeah, and people are actually excited about it.
Bro, you know why? They brought zombies back. Like.
Yeah, but I think that, well, I mean, a lot of Xbox guys are talking about this is a glorious thing for early access. I'm like going, no, it's not.
Not really. No.
No, it's not for this game. Please, like, this
What
is not
is
a game
wrong
to brag
with
about.
people, man? Like, what are they? What? Dude, it's a terrible game on PC still.
Yeah, it's been in early access for what, like 5 years?
No, it's actually coming out of early access.
Oh, finally after 5 years?
What, man? Okay.
I mean, this is one that the people on Xbox thinking that they're gonna get a pretty decent game or whatever like that. They probably ain't seen. They thought PUBG was bad at launch. I can only imagine what this game is gonna be. Yeah, Chris, I think DayZ is like way past its prime to even worry about a console release.
Oh my god, dude! Like DayZ should just die, dude. Like it's a shitty game.
Really, Crash Bandicoot's coming to Switch and PC? Nuh-uh.
Well, there's not a confirmation. That's the thing is like the marketing team in, I think it's Europe or France.
Yeah.
Said that they had, like, they're the ones who leaked it, saying that they had been licensed with marketing for a Switch version and a PC version, and further plans for another Crash game later on. But this is like just coming from a marketing company, hasn't been like any kind of officially confirmed from Activision or anything like that. But people have been running with it, like saying that it's been confirmed because somebody decided to write in the article that the marketing company confirmed that it's coming. Like, on, dude, it's a marketing company. Like,
marketing companies don't get to confirm shit.
No, and they sure as hell aren't really known for like their honesty. Like,
no,
it's
that's
marketing.
what they're called. Yeah, that's what
their job is to fucking lie.
Yeah, what the fuck is wrong with people?
I'd bank more on Black Ops 4 being a true thing before I'd bank on that.
Yeah, me too. And
well, that's because almost every
that's
because every Call of Duty rumor turns out to be true later down the line. I mean, Jesus Christ!
Whoever ends up having that access to the Call of Duty rumors seems to be having like a true direct access to whoever was within Activision. But
same with that. Same with that dude with the EA. Like the guy was talking about the next Battlefield. Yeah.
Yeah, I really have no issue with it coming to PC and Switch, but I'm gonna wait before I say anything that it's actually coming. I'm gonna wait for some sort of actual true confirmation from a company that's not a marketing company.
Yeah.
Yeah. If Black Ops 4 is the true thing, oh my god, that's my favorite Call of Duty series.
I love the Black Ops. I didn't like the Black Ops 3 story as much as the previous two, so I'm hoping this next one's going to be better. In fact, I mean, Black Ops 3 is the only campaign of Call of Duty that I have never finished.
If this boots on ground and it's based on modern day, I'm so fucking in it, dude. I can't wait.
I mean, every time a Black Ops comes out, I'm the idiot buying the T-shirts and the pajama pants and the sticker books, and that's how bad it is.
I buy the controllers. I buy the controllers, man. I bought the controllers. I bought the headphones. One point, like, I'm a Black Ops fan too. I have my dude. I got Black Ops pajamas still.
Me too. My wife wears a Nuketown 2025 shirt to bed.
Chris, what will be interesting is if that actually turns out to be true, I guess we will actually get to see how Crash will actually fare in the modern day gaming. Because I think a lot of the Crash Insane Trilogy sales and hype was a lot of due to like really old nostalgia. But a new Crash game by itself in 2019 would definitely test and see if it's actually was nostalgia hype or if it was actually hype for the game itself.
Yeah. I think the reason why a lot of these games do well is mainly from the nostalgic. And then from nostalgia, from like the old school fans, they try their best to like talk about how good the games are. So when all the new adopters come in, they're kind of disappointed because they're like, this is not as good as I thought it would be.
Honestly, I don't think Crash, like a new Crash, and it's nothing against Crash, and I'll prove it. New platformers don't hold up with this generation of gamers. Rambo and I are buying them, Brim buys them, but we're not from this generation. Like, look at Super Lucky Tales. I bought it. Rambo bought it. Brim's got it.
Yeah.
To be fair, I mean it was a fun game, but like it suffered a lot of like that camera issue was a really big deal with like a modern platformer.
It goes deeper than that. Knack 2, Voodoo Vince.
Yeah.
You know what? I think you're onto something because when we look at these games, when I look at these games, I'm like, yo, this is some shit to get hyped for. Other dudes are like, nah, man, that's good. You can have that. I'm like, come on, man, you should try this. No, it's alright. I'm not a kid. I'm like, oh god, here we go.
Yeah, platformers for some reason, like gamers these days that are like new age gamers, if it doesn't have guns and shit in it, they're really not interested in it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it either needs guns or a fat Italian plumber in red on the cover. So
yeah, and online, of course. It has, yeah, see, I thought Knack was a hell of a game. And it definitely, if you played it on anything other than, like, anything higher than normal, it was fucking brutal. Like, it's hard. But, yeah, it got a lot of hate that I don't think it did. But, I mean, same thing with, like, Super Lucky's Tale. Like I said, the only thing bad about that was the camera.
yeah.
But the same thing happened with that Platonic game. What was that platformer that came out that... Shit, I can't think of the name of it now.
Huh.
It was the one with that Rare went and developed. The old Rare went and developed.
Ukulele?
Yeah, Ukulele. It had some of the same camera problems in there too. So
It's got to be a Microsoft thing.
well, they didn't have anything to do with it.
Doesn't Microsoft own Rare?
Well, yeah, but these were the original Rare people that actually did Banjo-Kazooie and stuff.
Well, Banjo-Kazooie, in all fairness, camera sucked in that one too.
Yeah, but they left Rare and started their own game group called Platonic or whatever.
Huh.
So yeah, the Rare that's making Sea of Thieves isn't the same Rare of old.
Right.
Oh my god, if I see someone bragging about winning that limited edition Sea of Thieves controller again, I'm gonna fucking pull my hair out.
Huh?
Have you seen the thing?
I've seen the controller, but
No, the limited edition run of it.
Oh no.
Okay,
Yeah,
the skull on it lights up.
Oh, cool.
And one of the thumbsticks is also like engraved around it is a compass, like an old-fashioned like pirate compass, and
Oh, that'd be cool.
one of the triggers is shiny like gold, and the other one is like tarnished. It's pretty cool looking.
So that means that Lamar Wilson guy will get one of those. Microsoft's
He's
sending
not
controllers
wrong.
up the ass.
Yeah, that dude gets a lot of controllers from them, which is cool. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little jealous, man. I want that shit. Like, yo.
Yeah, I'd love to be hooked up with Microsoft and Sony with the controller thing. Like, shit, you can, like, let me buy my consoles, that's cool, but just keep sending me them fucking controllers.
Right?
I'd love to have a controller collection that I didn't have to pay for.
I'm right there with you, dude. I'm like, yo, like, I don't mind. You guys go ahead and hook me up. I'll be more than happy to take it off your hands.
Yep.
Fuck yeah, dude. Like, I think that's one of my favorite things about Microsoft this gen is their controller game is on point. Like,
Yeah.
my god, dude. Like, they got a new edition coming out like every month of something new. And I'm like, yo, like, if I were to buy every single one of these things, dude, like, my whole wall would be filled.
Yeah, pretty much. So you'd have to have a whole another room for just the controllers.
Yep.
I asked the guy, like, one of the guys from Microsoft that does the custom crap,
Uh-huh.
said that they're doing more and more this gen than last gen. I was like, well, what happened to all the fucking custom consoles that y'all used to have? Because Y'all used to have like a crap ton of them, and then all of a sudden this gen, nothing really.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Well, I don't work for the console part of it." And he said, "But I will pass the news along." I was like, "Thank you," because I would love to have some custom Xbox Ones, but like just I'm not paying extra just for a different color, like the one with the S, you know. Like if God of War Pro comes out and it's only like the red one, like the PS3 was, I ain't fucking with it. Like there's just no point in. Like I can go out and paint my own fucking PS4 Pro
What
red,
happened
you know?
to that? What happened to that design your own Xbox thing? It was supposed to be like it was supposed to be like a pairing with the controller idea that they had. Like I thought they were gonna do that. I remember there was the articles talking about it, and then I haven't heard anything since.
No, that would be nice though, because I mean, but it's what's weird is that the one fucking controller that everybody brags about isn't in the fucking design labs. Like how do they have the Elite, but you can't design the Elite?
Yeah.
I've been waiting for the Elite to pop up on that damn custom thing because I was gonna make me because I really don't want to make a custom regular one because I really don't play with their custom or a regular one.
Right.
With the Elite, first thing I would do is opt out of that fucking rubber grip.
The rubber grip, you would?
Every picture I've seen of that controller that's been used, put through the ringer like I do with mine, the fucking rubber peels off of it, and they got to super glue that shit back on.
Well, of course, I don't play with my Xbox One as much as like my PlayStation
like
one.
For
but I've never
hours a day, every day. I mean,
I've never had an issue with my Elite, but like the same thing though. But I mean, I've seen people like their launch PS4 controllers, like they're bitching about the thumbsticks wearing down, and I'm like, I don't know anybody who plays games more than me, and has that controller in your hand more than me, as far as like on an hourly time. And I had never once had a single thumbstick problem or any sort of thing peeling off or anything like that. So I don't know what these people are doing to their fucking controllers. Like they're eating them in the middle of.
Dude, like
they should start bringing snacks with them whenever they sit down to play.
Bro, like I'm trying to figure that shit out myself. I'm like, yo, like what the hell do you guys do to your motherfucking controllers, man? Like it don't make sense to me.
Have you ever seen a thumbstick wear out like that?
No, I've never. Well,
yeah, I mean,
no, actually, now that I think about it, no.
Even my PS3 ones that were from like almost the entire generation still weren't fucking worn down like that. Like where pieces of them were just peeling off. Like I have no idea what the hell they're doing.
Or like how do they get the faceplate all beat up? Like that's what I'm trying to figure out.
That's another good question. There's Cyrus. I actually caught him cheating on us. He was actually listening to another live stream during our Game Talk.
Hell no!
And I thought he was loyal, but so it turns out if we don't show up right on time, he's gonna find somebody else to pass his time with. Yeah, Chris. The only thing I can think of is people that post these pics of their controllers are like having gamer rage or whatever and beating the shit out of them, and then blaming like Sony or Microsoft for their faulty controller.
We know somebody like that, huh, Shane?
Uh-huh.
The only thing I know is, I mean, us three game quite a bit, and none of us have had these sort of issues. So I really don't understand.
No, it's because we take care of our shit, dude.
Yeah, I was like, I have no idea how the hell your controller looks like the way it does.
As much as like I've like really played with mine over the last like 15 months or so. I haven't had another controller in 15 months, and I still don't. And the only thing that's ever happened to it is the sync button stopped working to where now I got to do it with a cord. And there was a slight tiny crack on the back, but it was like a surface crack. It didn't even go, like all the way through.
You also have kids.
They ain't touched it though. The only time my kids have touched it is when I don't know. I've dropped it like twice. That might have.
Yeah, maybe one of the drops just did it or something.
The only time one of my kids has touched it is when my 8-year-old daughter beat the crap out of Metrox on Killer Instinct, and I was sitting right there watching her. So
that's funny.
Yeah, see, I've dropped my controller. Not, I have a hardwood floor, so I mean, I've dropped my PS4 controller several times, and like I mean, just because it's sitting in my lap and I'll fall asleep or whatever, and it'll drop out of my lap. But I mean, like to this day, I mean, my thumbsticks still look good. There's no scratches on my controller. I don't know. I don't know what these people are. And I think that, I mean, that controller is in my hand for shit, probably good, at least 10 hours a day.
yeah.
You've seen the wear out spots, right, on those controllers?
I haven't, no.
Or like people's sweat starts to eat away at the plastic after a while.
I've seen the people's pics, but I don't understand it because like they must be like some like 600-pound people. Like they start sweating at the side of like potato chips or something. But
well, the thing that cracks me up about this, right, is like they have those wear out spots.
This is the fat shaming portion of the podcast.
I know, right? They have those wear out spots, dude, on the most awkward spots of those controllers. I'm still trying to figure out why that is, dude. I'm like, why? Like, why is it at the top of that thing? Like, why is it in the top center or the top left, just above the L1 and the R1 buttons? Like, I mean,
yeah,
you got sausage fingers, man? Like,
that would make no sense unless they're playing with the bottoms of their thumb and like putting the tips of it at the very top of the. Like, that would be uncomfortable, though.
Or they have extremely fat, like, pointing fingers.
Yeah. I mean, I guess that would make. I mean, do your hands sweat when you play games?
No, not unless I'm like. The only time I've ever like had that problem would be like if I'm stressing out and I was in a game battles or something.
If I'm in a lot of pain playing games, which 9 times out of 10 I normally am, because that's one of the reasons why I play so much, my hands sometimes get clammy, but not like sweaty.
Yeah, I've never had mine.
I would say clammy for me. Yeah, that'd be right. Clammy.
Yeah, I've never had mine to where there's like water there that would erode it, something like.
Couldn't fill up a Lay's potato chip bag as you're putting it, Rambo.
Yeah, apparently these people are.
Yeah,
like I said, they sweat at the side of Doritos, man. Like, and just start pouring sweat.
Come on, Rambo. You don't want to eat Doritos like a lady?
Oh God.
You thought you were going to get out of this podcast without talking about that, Rambo? Come on.
Lady Doritos. What the fuck is that, man?
It's because they're tired of settling for less. That's what I read. They're tired of settling for less. They don't believe they should be messy or so loud.
Bro, like, so I got back. So I ended up discovering this backwards. I watched a video this morning when I got home of buy Doritos on Facebook, and it says eat Doritos like a lady, and then you got these ladies cramming Doritos in their face, just fucking obnoxious as shit, slamming it, right? And then like one lady even goes as far as spits the fucking Doritos into the camera, all right? So I was like, yo, that's kind of funny, but like, what the fuck is this? Like, what the hell is this about? And then Shane tells me later on, after I see him, and he told me something about women wanting a less crunchier chip or some shit. Yeah. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, less.
Yeah. I mean, like, this goes against their whole thing. Like, they want to be treated equal, but yet now they want their less crunchy chip. I'm like,
that's not how this works.
No, my mom was talking to me about it. She's like, have you seen the Lady Doritos? And I was like, yeah. She goes, when is this women shit gonna stop?
When men are like a rare species.
I was like, I don't know. It's like, I'm getting tired of it too. But it's like they want us to die. They want all the men to die off. For some reason. Like,
well, I mean, when have you ever, and I mean ever, eaten a corn chip that wasn't crunchy and loud?
Never.
Like, what they want is essentially like a cracker. A Doritos flavored crackers. Yeah. Which they have, I believe. Go to the fucking grocery store.
It's called a Cheez-It.
Exactly. And they're not messy. You can fit the whole thing in that big mouth of yours that likes to bitch.
Well, actually, I mean, like, since my wife likes to eat chips, and I truly despise sitting anywhere close to somebody eating chips. It drives me absolutely fucking insane to hear like somebody eating. So, but she hates Doritos though. So I'm hoping that they start making like lady chips and her chips, so that way I can buy those for her, so that way I can hear less crunchy.
That's funny.
Like anything to help my. I mean, I'm gonna try to use this as a positive for myself, but like I
exactly, Chris. They can fry the fucking potato slices.
Yeah, this whole lady thing like just blows. that blew my mind. I'm like, when have you ever heard anybody complain? Because my chips are loud, just as loud as the men's chips. Like, huh? Like, there's no gendered chips.
I know. If they want equality, then men eat the loud ones. You can eat the loud ones too.
Yeah.
This whole thing is nonsense.
Next thing you know, they're going to want like Snickers candy bars shaped like vaginas or something.
Or they'll want a crunchy Snicker bar. The men can have the quiet Snicker. We want the loud Snickers.
Oh boy.
The PS4 5.50 beta thing is out now. It comes with some pretty cool features. Like for parents' accounts, like it allow like say like Shane there, he can set up like his parent account and then put his son underneath him. But it can actually set up to where you can have like a couple of choices to where he can like set up play times for his son, to where like his son can only get on during these times. But if he starts getting close to his, like say it's from 6 to 9 p.m.
Yeah.
Well, around 8:55 p.m., a little notification will pop up while he's gaming that says like 5 minutes left. So that way it'll let his kid know that, hey, it's time to, start saving and shit like that. Well, then you can set it up that way, and then Shane can look at his phone and be able to see who in his family has gone over their time.
Yeah.
Or he can set it up to where like if he sets up his son where he can play from 6 to 9, then at 9 p.m. his PS4 just shuts off.
Huh.
So, I mean, that's cool for parents. The biggest thing for me is like being able to delete old games, or games and demos that you don't want. Like, you don't really delete them, you hide them. But I was able to actually go through my purchase section and all the different and uninstalled section and delete or hide all the apps that are just apps. I don't want them in my count. And like that Madden 15 that I can't buy digitally anymore. I was able to actually finally get rid of that. So now I think I've been able to now find out that I think I have 646 games, actual games bought on the PS4.
You're slacking.
I mean, no, I got to get. I was close. I was hoping I was closer to 700, but by the end of the year, I should be over 1,000. I'm hoping.
Jesus.
Well, I bought like 400 games last year and on the PS4. But you can now delete your notifications. Like if you get a notification, it's like somebody sent you a message or whatever, you can actually report notifications that you want to see. What else is there? Oh, we're now instead of like before we could set up custom wallpapers, but like I had to send a fake message to somebody, say with a picture of my background that I wanted, and then click on it, say view image, and then click screenshot, and then save screenshot, and then go back to my screenshots and set it up that way. But now I can actually just take whatever image I want, put it on the USB drive and pop it in, and it'll upload it that way, and it'll allow you to zoom in on it, reposition it, crop it, everything else while it's on the PS4.
Oh, okay.
What else is there? There was like a lot of things it did. There's also a PlayStation Plus section which is pretty cool. So that way it lets you know like what all games you've that are on your PS4 that are related to PlayStation Plus. Now this is what's cool. Like, so say like if you own like say Until Dawn before it became free with PlayStation Plus,
Yeah.
then it'll be in your purchase section, but it won't be in your PlayStation Plus section. So it only keeps the ones there that are games that you don't actually own. So those are the ones that you know for a fact that you can look through those. Like if you're wondering like, oh, I'm not going to be able to pay for Plus when it comes up this month, and you'll know exactly which games you're going to lose access to.
Huh.
So that's cool. What else? Man, there was. Oh, it adds super sampling mode to all the games, because basically before there was super sampling, like let's say like The Last of Us and Horizon Zero Dawn.
Yeah.
But now it's widespread across all the games, to where you can go there and select it for pro users that have a 1080p TV and still want some more benefit out of the pro than just boost mode.
Yeah.
So that's cool for like it starts making the pro like I guess relevant for 1080p TV users. What? I think there was one more thing. They're gonna start doing like team chats, like to where if you're like on a team, then you can have your own separate little chat thing that you can keep separate.
Yeah.
On your quick menu, you'll be able to like you can create custom friends lists. So you can like be like say you play with a group of Rainbow Six Siege guys, you can name the list Rainbow Six Siege and put like those set of friends on there. You can do a Call of Duty one or whatever. But if you're like, say you popped in Rainbow Six Siege and you're only really wanting to see if your Rainbow Six Siege buddies are online, then on the quick menu, instead of just seeing all your friends that are online and try to scroll through them all, you can select a certain list and be able to see your Rainbow Six Siege players. I think that's it. There might be more. There was a lot that really happened with this one. So,
Was there anything else?
I am Go Get.
What was it?
Go Get says yes, but who's gaming on Xbox? Lord Clippity Clop.
Lord, as in the Lord. He is the. Let's see. Is there anything else that's in like newsworthy, Shane? Like I don't know. I slept all day like Rip Van Winkle, so I don't know.
Rambo, I'm not sure he knows about the streaming things.
Oh,
Google is coming out. They have a project they're working on called Yeti, where it's just a game streaming service, and they're rumored to do a console for it as well. I thought they would just use their Google TV thing, Google Chromecast or whatever it is.
Yeah.
But they're rumored to do a console for it as well.
Huh.
I don't know how I feel about Google entering the gaming world.
Yeah, it is a little. It is a little concerning. Considering I don't know.
Hold on, my daughter pulled my headphone wire out.
I want attention, Dad.
Well, we already have one kind of conglomerate with Microsoft in the business. Yeah. I'm not sure having a bunch of big, huge tech conglomerates be the way that I want gaming to go.
Yeah, I feel you on it. It is a little daunting though. Like I really don't know about it myself. I'm just kind of like, like I'm not really excited, but I'm not really against it. I'm just kind of wanting to see where this goes, and I hope it doesn't go as far as I think it will. I'm
not sure if Google though can actually come into the gaming world now and actually compete, like between PlayStation, Xbox, and Nintendo on console and Steam on PC. Like, yeah. I mean, if anybody has the money to do it, it's Google. But I just don't know if like
I don't think they'll be successful at it because they don't know how to focus, dude. They like
no.
They don't because remember like they got into the whole what was it the smartphone arena, right? Like they between Amazon and Google, neither one of them could really focus down on their phones as to who was going to keep making their phones. They've got like all these other vendors fucking making their phone for the sake of open source, and it's like come on, like you guys could do so much better if you guys just buckled down on who was manufacturing your shit and just invested all your money into your manufacturer.
Yeah, or just did it themselves and just been like their own little thing because they've been able to have a little bit better quality control with it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't see them actually being able to compete. I mean, not unless they just really dump a shit ton of money in it. But I just don't see what's it called them actually dumping a bunch of money into it.
Yeah, that's fair.
I mean, they're gonna probably be like the other ones that just come in, play around for a little while, and then quietly exit.
Yeah, they just all of a sudden disappear. They're like, hey, where did this guy go? Oh, yeah, we kind of scrapped that idea. Which I can see them do. I can see them easily doing that.
Oh yeah, I can definitely see them doing that for sure. And then there's that new streaming service called Utomic or whatever. It's a Netflix-like gaming service. It's going to be coming to PC. And it's going to include 700 games instead of the 100 that Game Pass has.
Mm-hmm.
And they're rumored to already have third-party developers like Ubisoft and shit like that ready to put their games on this service day and date. Like when they release day one. So if that's true, then it'll definitely give like Game Pass a run for its money, since Game Pass is actually also available on PC as well. So
yeah. Yeah.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, it seems like these streaming services are kind of popping up, aren't they? Like all over the place. They're just like somebody wants to do something with streaming service. Almost all the time now.
Like what Shayna said today, and what we've been saying for a while, is this is the way, like Game Pass, PS Now, and other things like that is the way that gaming's going to be in the future. And I have a feeling it's going to be more like PS Now than Game Pass, because with PS Now they don't have to actually make hardware.
Mm-hmm.
They can simply just put it on a Roku stick and you'd be fine.
Yeah.
And it cuts out a hell of a lot of money out of like Sony and Microsoft's pocket. Happen to pay out to do R&D and shit like that.
Yeah.
Dude, sorry, she took off with the extender cable, and I pulled or tore something in my back yesterday, so I can't move very well, and she was just running around laughing with it. I couldn't catch her.
I think I'm hoping, since streaming is the future, that like entices these cable companies to actually upgrade their lines throughout America.
Like I was telling you on your Facebook post, Rambo, that I think it's attempting to be the future, and if everyone actually votes with their wallet, like, I don't know, we were supposed to be doing this entire time, and a lot of us have, but then a lot of us haven't, then maybe it won't be the future. Don't buy the fucking streaming shit. Don't buy Game Pass. Don't buy PS Now. If Google comes out with this, don't buy into it.
Yeah. Yeah, but we're talking about a bunch of grown-ass men that like to bitch about everything. You know what I mean? Like, let's be real. Like, these motherfuckers aren't going to vote for their wallets. With their wallets. They're just going to... They just want something to bitch about. That's all they want.
I subscribe to PS Now.
Well, you're like part of the 1% that doesn't... Well, yeah, but I mean, it doesn't
only
matter.
Because the PS Now, like, it has like a lot of Disney Easy Platinums that it's hard to find like in the stores. Yeah. So I just subscribe to them long enough whenever I start going there and get the Platinums, and then it won't be like a long-term subscription with them, because I just don't. I have no reason just to go back and play old PS3 games other than a Platinum. So
It's times like these that I'm thankful for World of Warcraft. I know that sounds funny, but when I pay for something like that, I pay for a game like or rent a game, I feel obligated to play it. Yeah. So any subscription-based model, like to me, it takes the fun out of it. It's like, oh shit, I got to get all my money's worth out of it, so I got to play it. And I won't voluntarily do that again after doing it for like 4 years with World of Warcraft.
Yeah, I mean that makes sense. And like what, even like with the free-to-play games or even the Game Pass games, a lot of people take the precedent that I'm gonna play a game I paid for first, and then move to that. So I mean, it's not really enticing to a lot of people, but I mean, there's that core group that will like fawn all over it, you know.
Oh, I'm guilty of that. Like I didn't give Paladins a chance for like basically until like a month ago, maybe 2 months ago, simply because I paid for Overwatch. I liked Overwatch, and I didn't see how Paladins, a free-to-play game, would be any better. I'm like, fuck that. I paid $60 for Overwatch. That's what I'm going to play. But recently I've been playing Paladins when I want to play a hero shooter like that. And I got to say it's a damn good game. I mean, and it doesn't have the Overwatch bullshit politics.
Right?
Which is always a plus.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I think Paladin is actually sometimes a more fun game than Overwatch. It's got, to me, it has better maps.
Yeah, like...
I think that's because I've just gotten so used to the Overwatch maps.
The only online community or shooter online community that I would even have a bone to pick with is the Rainbow Six Siege fuckers.
Those are just elitist.
Oh, they're assholes, dude.
They are.
Pricks.
I was trying to learn how to play the game because we've had it like basically since launch, and I just never really tried to learn. Just this last week, I was trying to learn, and for trying to learn and not getting the last kill when they needed me to, they would kick me out of matches.
Oh yeah, they're elitist.
I never once killed my teammate or anything. I got kills, just not the clutch kill. So they would kick me out. I'm like, whatever. I mean,
yeah, they're not the friendliest bunch because I mean those people that are playing that are kind of like the people that play online fighters, like the dedicated crowd that just plays that one game. And so if you're not as good as them, then they have no time for you.
But they're worse than that because at least the fighting game community, if you suck, they have fun beating your ass, and they're like, "Come on, why don't you come back so I get that free W again?" The Rainbow Six Siege guys, no.
Well, yeah, but I mean, like in fighting, like if you suck, then the only thing it does is really just help boost their stats. Whereas in Rainbow Six Siege, it's a team thing. So if you suck, you can hurt their stats.
Which is yeah. I don't know. Every single time even at the very beginning of that game's launch when I played it, I could barely play a game without getting team killed. Like motherfuckers were team killing all the time. So it's like I don't even bother with it anymore because of that. Like I just got team killed so much that I'm like, well, fuck you guys too. I don't like playing anyways.
And then you had to refund your copy on Steam because that was some stupid shit.
Yeah, Rainbow.
Yeah, Steam.
Ubisoft has put something in on Rainbow Six now that if you do team kills, and if they'll actually just automatically ban you for a certain period of time.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good.
Because that's been added in there. Because my son was playing it, and they were in ranked, and he had to go eat or something like that, and he was asking his friend just to kill him so that way he'd still be in the match or whatever. But the guy was like, no. I mean, he goes, they're starting to ban people for that. And so I looked up the ban reasons for Rainbow Six Siege just to make sure that everything was on the up and up. And sure enough, like if you leave a ranked match early, you can. I mean, with that you don't have to be reported. They'll know, and they'll ban you like for the first time for like 5 minutes, and then the next time 10, next time 15, next time like 45. Team kills will automatically get you banned. Like one will be okay, but if you like do 2 or more, then in a match, then like you'll start getting just hit with the ban like automatically without even being reported.
Oh, nice. I almost, you know what though? Like, I actually kind of like, I support that kind of system when it's automatic like that.
Yeah, because I mean, that's something that you can easily identify with a program that if somebody's team killing because it pops up as a team kill.
Yeah, like
yeah, it's an easy algorithm.
Yeah. Older FPSs on the older consoles had an auto kick, and regardless if it was on accident or not, you know, it was you're out for X amount of time and you come back whenever your cooldown was done. So I don't know. Yeah. I kind of appreciate those a lot more because then at least this way it kind of opens the community up a little bit more to newer players. But even then, it's like with what Shane said, he gets false flagged. So like I'm hoping that they could do something about the false flagging. That'd be good.
Yeah, that's one of the big reasons why I won't play. I haven't played that game and because of the community and like my son will like you can play as us, but I'm like fuck no, your friends are fucking annoying as shit, man. Like I can't. A bunch of 15, 16-year-olds in my ear, hell no. Like, can't do
Well, this is going to sound stupid, especially after you saying that. But the friendliest shooting community of all of them is not Battlefield, sure as hell ain't Counter-Strike, or Overwatch, it's Call of Duty. And I know kids say they fucked your mom quite a bit on Call of Duty. But that's the extent of it, is that they're either going to hack you from their remote location or they fucked your mom. I mean, that's it. That's the most toxic it gets playing Call of Duty. You play any of these other games, Overwatch, you get banned for, I guess, I don't know, raping people from across the world or whatever it is. And then Rainbow Six Siege, if you suck, you get banned. Counter-Strike, same thing. You know, it's like, so whatever. I mean,
yeah.
I'll take Call of Duty. All the 12-year-olds can fuck my mom all they want.
Ew.
Yeah, or you come across the one that say, my dad works at Microsoft and he's going to get you banned.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, whatever, dude.
Yeah, Chris, and most people in Call of Duty now are in party chat or they don't even have mics. So
yeah, the lobbies are quiet now compared to what they used to be.
Yeah, the whole I fucked your mom thing, that's a very minimal thing now. It's not that bad.
Yeah, you don't really hear that much anymore. Oh, GTA 5 has now sold 90 million copies.
Damn.
Yeah. At this point, I really think that Rockstar and Take-Two are buying their own fucking game. It's pretty soon going to get to the point where they've sold more than there are humans alive on the planet.
It's a possibility.
Like, we've sold 472 billion copies, but there's only 382 billion people. Like, how's this possible? Well, some of the people bought them before they died. There was...
Yeah.
I mean, oh, go ahead.
I was going to say, it's amazing how shit like that happens. Like, there's something in this area happening like that, but it's not with video games. It's just... Hold on. Guys. Anyways, it's with opioid prescriptions. Per 100 people here, there's like 120-something prescriptions. Like, how does that even work? Does your dead grandpa get one too? I mean...
Like, that motherfucker's going back and getting like 2, man. Like, 2 for the price of 1. Shit. Like, how does that even work? How do you even manage that? Because, like, usually the pharmacy or whatever will catch multiple prescriptions.
I don't know. Something I heard on the radio, the local radio station the other day. I was like, wow.
Well, they're going to start cracking down on that, at least here in Oklahoma. And I'm sure it's going, I mean, with Oklahoma being like behind the curve, I'm sure it'll be going around like a lot of the bigger cities too, where doctors aren't allowed to write prescriptions for oxycodone and stuff. Or opioids, they actually have to electronically send it over like they do basically with your regular medicine.
Okay.
You have to sign everything, so that way when you go to the pharmacy, there's no chance of a forged prescription because it came directly from a doctor.
Yeah, in California, they're talking about just writing for 3 days at a time. I'm like, yeah, that's going to be good. You know, all the violence that's going to cause.
That would fucking suck to have to continue going back and forth to the doctor every 3 days for people like you and me.
Yeah, no way. There's no way I could do that every 72 hours.
No, I'd be like, look, dude, you have to just pump. Like,
you're gonna have to hand me a stack of papers or some shit. The road rage alone, I would kill someone. I mean,
yeah, I couldn't do it.
It's like a 20-minute drive to the doctor. That and in these areas with the tri-state area with drivers from all 3 areas, no. Brimstone knows how bad it is out here. We don't go a month without a fucking like a horror scene on the side of the roads. So.
Yeah, oh yeah, out here it's really bad. I mean, it's fucking ridiculous where we live, dude. Like, there's a car wreck every single day. You'll see the ambulances or you'll see a fire truck rush down 95 every single day. I'll put it this way: it's awkward when you don't see that shit. Then you're like, "Oh God, no one died today." What?
For real, it's like creepy when you don't see that. You're like, it's too quiet. It's like the calming before a storm.
What was it? Memorial Day weekend last year. Every single day through that whole week, there was severe accidents. There was like 5 or 6 deaths in one accident last year that took place, and then there was like every other accident after that were all deaths. Like, it was ridiculous, dude. I mean, out here these people are idiots. They're fucking morons. They kill each other out here. It's ridiculous. Last year there was a horrendous motorcyclist accident where a truck plowed through a group of Harley Davidsons and killed like 5 people. So yeah, that's why I tell people don't get a bicycle or don't ride a motorcycle out here, because you're really riding a line at that point.
we might be better off with self-driving cars out here. I'm not gonna lie.
I got the CLN helmet, Shane.
I think that's popping up right now on the stream. Oh, I've been wanting that one.
That is awesome.
But anyway, so play harder. I should play more. I haven't played Call of Duty in weeks. So then, does that make GTA 5 the best-selling game of all time, or no? Is it not there yet?
I think I mean in North America it is, but it's not. I don't think it is in the world yet.
It's gonna end up being it. I mean, we still got what, probably about another year before GTA 6 comes out.
Yeah,
maybe
probably,
2.
Yeah.
I kind of hope it doesn't come out anytime soon, dude, because GTA 5 is actually really good where it's at right now, and the online community is probably one of the most active online communities next to fucking Counter-Strike, which is amazing to me to find a community that's that dedicated to fucking GTA. Almost every major streamer on YouTube alone does GTA 5. I mean, it's crazy. And that used to be one of the highest, the highest streamed on Twitch, and then YouTube sort of took that spot from it. And its place is H1Z1 and PUBG now on Twitch. So, I mean, GTA 5 I think is in a good place. I don't think we need a sequel. At least just give us another DLC pack like been doing. They could probably milk the shit out of that for that game.
See, I'm one that I want the shit to quit selling so that way we can actually get a GTA 6. Because
I'm not a big GTA guy. That's the thing.
Well,
I love GTA.
Rambo, you really only played it for the... Oh, no, you didn't play GTA 5 for the story.
Well, no, I played the story on PS3, completed it, and then I played online faithfully for about a year. And then whenever I moved over to the PS4 and Xbox One, I quit playing it because I was banned and shit. And I had built my character back up to like level 201 and had a lot of money, and because I played the living shit out of it. And then once I transferred my character over to the Xbox One because somebody talked me into playing it, but they never bought the game, so I never played it. And now I can't transfer it over to my PS4 to play, so I'm like, just say, fuck it, I'm not going back in there and starting all over yet again.
Yeah.
And what's funny is I actually thought, well, GTA was on sale one day in the Xbox sale, so I bought it thinking, okay, well, I mean, at least I can have the game where my character's at. I log in, and they have fucking wiped that fucking character. It's level 0 and no money, and I'm like, fuck you. And so I try to get a damn refund, but since Xbox saw that I previously played GTA back in the way back, you know, whenever it released on Xbox One, it counted as my 2 hours, so I couldn't get a refund on it. I was so pissed. So now I own GTA 5 digitally on Xbox One. I have no fucking reason for it.
Why? So why did your shit get deleted?
I don't know. I never got an email or anything. I just logged in to play because I was like, well, shit, I'm gonna go see what some of these DLCs about that, you know, they've been talking about. And my character was at level 1 and $0, and like all my stats were at the beginning, like I never played before.
Oh, that's fucked.
Oh yeah, I was pissed, man. I was like, this is bullshit, because there's no reason why I shouldn't be able to still have my character, because there was no email saying that, hey, you know, we wiped your character and we found it was, you know, whatever. Nothing. It's just gone.
Yeah. I don't see GTA 6 coming out for at least 2 years, because we just got a remaster of LA Noire. We get Red Dead this year. I really don't see them, like... I don't think we're 2 years away from it being announced in the gameplay teasers.
Oh, I don't think so.
We're probably less than a year away from that, and then they'll just delay the shit out of it. So it'll be 2 years.
I think it'll definitely be a next-gen game. And... they Take-Two is the one that the people who make Red Dead are the ones that are that also support Grand Theft, and they said they're going to continue supporting it with DLC and updates and stuff after Red Dead's release too. So I mean, from what it sounds like, they have no plans of slowing down their support for GTA 5.
Yeah, not if they're making all their money from the online microtransactions. Why the fuck would they do it? I mean,
yeah, I mean, right now I think it's a gold mine for.
I think it's one of the highest grossing DLC games on the market, isn't it?
Oh, I believe it is. The fact that I would definitely put my money on it. Like, that game is just like blown up like wildfire.
I think they said something like they're approaching their billion, I think. Like they're actually like coming up on it between all the platforms. That is. That's pretty crazy to think about, man. Like I wouldn't doubt that for a second. I don't think Call of Duty has ever come across that with all their platforms combined. And Call of Duty is one of the fastest selling franchises on the market. So like, if anything, these guys need to take fucking GTA's DLC practices and learn from that shit, because they release like almost full-fledged games, DLCs attached to the core game for like what, $20, some of them
for nothing.
Yeah, no, there's no like well, their DLCs aren't really like, their DLCs are just like different little missions or whatever on there, but it still brings like fresh content to the online,
and it's a lot. It's not just like one or two things. It's actually like quite a bit from what I understand.
I'm not sure that Call of Duty could even, like, the way they release their games, like 3 studios are basically once a year. There's no way that they could actually do the GTA model, because GTA's model is built on one game sustaining, you know, all these years.
Well, if what I'm thinking, if we do it per studio, like that would keep those studios' games that much longer alive. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, but then that would also, what they're probably looking at is that then each year the new studio would have to still compete with last year's game. Like, whereas like now, whenever the new game comes, like the old game becomes, well, like I wouldn't say obsolete, but obsolete to the pro players and stuff. So like, if they did the GTA model, then they would have to all compete with each other on which one's going to be the more popular one.
I mean, with Call of Duty, if it says Modern Warfare or Black Ops on that cover, they don't become obsolete for quite some time.
No, yeah. Well, I mean, I say obsolete with the, like, as far as like meaning like all the pro players and stuff always switch over to the more current one, because that's the one they're going to be playing, you know, in the championship. So,
bro, I'm just happy. I can't wait for the new Black Ops. If it's going to be modern times, that's pretty much that's actually a brand new modern game. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
yeah, I can't.
So
I'm ready for it. I hope they do it good though.
I don't even care if it's a slight futuristic, as long as there's no jetpacks. I mean,
yeah. But like, if this is supposed to be like current times, all right, Black Ops on current times, I want them to take it back to the Middle East and shit. That'd be cool. I love fighters.
I just could not imagine that Call of Duty, after the success of World War II, would willingly go back to jetpacks and shit after seeing the reception of that.
World War II became the fastest selling and the most grossing, and I mean it took that.
I think since Black Ops, I think.
Since Modern Warfare. Because Modern Warfare, the first one was the fastest selling and the highest grossing. Nothing came close except for Black Ops. Black Ops is the only one that I think they said Black Ops 1 came close to beating it on its launch month. But that's the only one that came close to it, though. Everybody else has been playing catch up. So Black Ops and Modern Warfare are the two fastest. So imagine this. I bet you, if anything, if they're looking to beat the Modern Warfare's original number, dude, this game, if they do it right, this game could do it, because World War II damn near came close. If not, and if it didn't, I mean, it's fuck. I don't know. God, I'm getting my ass beat.
Like, Black Ops is the only game my wife ever saw that I wanted that bad that I was sick on release day. She went and stood out in the cold at the midnight release in the snow for me. I mean, so I fucking love that game. I can't wait. Oh shit, speaking of her, I have to go pick her up from work or I'm never going to hear the end of it. Hold on, I'll be right back.
I'm looking forward to it. My COD my COD hands are ready.
Your COD hands.
That's right. You know I love this franchise.
Oh yeah. Xbox is doing one not so surprising thing, and then one like makes you kind of go, huh? They're releasing a PUBG, like a bundle with Xbox One S and PUBG, which is kind of like a no-brainer that
they're also doing the bundle with the X. They have a build your bundle thing on their site.
Yeah, I mean they have. Well, I mean that one's been going on, but like this one's actually going to be like on the box, like kind of like Halo Master Chief Collection was.
Yeah.
But speaking of the Master Chief Collection, they're now going to actually have a Halo Master Chief Collection Xbox One X bundle. But why? Like,
that'd be good. Well, no, that'd be good if people like really miss Halo, like I did. I mean, you gotta remember that. I mean, that's why I bought my my X1 was because of Halo. So I mean,
right.
So
I mean, by now, shouldn't people that if they really miss Halo have the collection by now?
You would think. You would think. I mean, and not to mention, you could just fucking. If I were them, I would buy the Xbox One X core. And then, especially if it doesn't come with any additional designs to match it, you know what I mean? Which we both know that probably won't.
No.
I would just say that don't do it. Go and pick a different game. And then I would say get Forza 7. Get that as a bundle if you have to get a bundle. Or Super Lucky's Tale or whatever they allow you to choose. And then just go to Kingwin.com and get your Master Chief for like $7.
Yeah, like to me, like they should if they're gonna bundle anything with the X, it should be like these newer games that are either the ones that are coming out or, like you said, Forza 7 or something like that. Not a 2014 game.
Yeah. I still haven't played Master Chief since their biggest update that they just recently came out with. I heard it fixed a lot of shit. Yeah, I heard it fixed a lot of shit. Like, I guess there was still a lot of performance hiccups.
Oh yeah, that game has been broken quite a bit since launch. So I mean,
yeah. Well, evidently,
it's nice to see.
Evidently, they fixed a lot of them. So,
it's nice to hear that they've actually started to fix it.
Well, I think they felt guilty because they knew that the fans were looking forward to this, and then all of a sudden they see Microsoft kind of going, "Well, hey, we're gonna go ahead and resell you guys the old standalone games, so that way you guys could, you know, play the older games backwards." It's like, why don't you guys keep them all on one server? Because I guess they were still operating on different servers?
Yeah.
Are they still doing it now, or did they fix that?
No, from what I understand now, they're all on Xbox One servers, which is...
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Because it's fucking stupid.
That information that I shared with y'all about like how many more more games like the PS4 has released in its lifetime than the Xbox One, and then the breakdown and comparison of 2017 as far as games released.
Yeah.
I had some guy like in this group that like he could not grasp it. Like he was like, first of all, he said I was lying. One group in Xbox United was like, well, you're lying because Xbox has had 1,400 games. I said, dude, that says 2017. Like, not the whole lifetime. That was what they released in 2017. It's like, oh no, but my sources say it was like, I said, dude, Wikipedia is not a source. Like, Wikipedia is not done by
It's
just
an
one
open
person
source,
or,
and what the hell is wrong with people?
But he was upset at the fact that this thing said that PS4 has now released 500 more over 500 more games than the Xbox One. However, he said the only thing I can come up with is 300 games different. I'm like, you're really going to argue over 200 games at this point? Like, I mean, even if it's 300, that's still a fucking lot of games.
Yeah.
Like, regardless of which way you look at it. I mean, but I was like, whatever, dude. I'm not gonna sit there and argue with you. The other guy was like, because the Switch, I said, because the Switch was, I said, released 81 less games than the Xbox One did last year in 10 months instead of 12. And he was like, you're giving the Switch too much credit. And I was like, I'm not giving the Switch any credit. I'm just simply stating the factual numbers. Like, I'm not putting anything behind it saying, like, 81 better games or, whatever. I'm just simply stating what the numbers were. He's like, yeah, but those are, you're implying that those were all new games, and those are a lot of games that we already played on the PS4 and Xbox One. I was like, no, I'm not implying that at all. I said I'm simply just putting the fucking facts up there. I was like, you're the one who seems to cannot wrap your head around the fact that me saying 220 games released on the Switch is somehow anything but just 220 games released on the Switch.
Seems like a lot of people take what you try to say, and they're like, so you're saying that this is better. And it's like, no, we're not saying that, you retard.
Yeah, someone's like, you're too attached to these things. I'm like, I'm not attached to anything. Like, I just simply was posting numbers. Like, dude, I said, some people like me like seeing these things because it kind of gives you a state of the industry and how things are going and, whatever like that. I said, but I'm not putting anything behind it as far as, well, the PS4 is better or the Switch is better. I'm not doing any of that. I'm just simply stating the numbers, how they are laid out. And these people are like, they take offense to it. Like, I'm like putting down their child, like to calling their child retarded or something. It's like, dude, y'all are too invested in your little fucking consoles. Like, if for some reason the PS4 had 12 million more games on it, I was like, that doesn't mean that it's a better platform, because to you, those 12 million games might not even appeal to you. So as long as you're happy with your 12 million less games, then that's all that really matters. Like, you shouldn't argue over the fact that somebody says there's 12 million more games on the PS4 than the Xbox One. Like, okay, and move on. Like, seriously, like, these people, they want to argue, but how many of those games are good? Well, again, I don't know, because I don't know what your tastes are. Like, I don't know. It's like, it doesn't really matter what's good or what's not good, because that's all a person, individuals, pick. But, like, I'm not even saying that, over 500 games, 90 better or critically acclaimed games have been released on the PS4 over the Xbox One. I never added any sort of subjective thing to my post. But these people could not handle, they just can't handle like numbers.
No, they can't. They really have a lot of issues when it comes to sharing ideas and facts and stuff, dude. Like, the moment you start saying, hey, congrats to this company, they're actually doing pretty good, they're like, oh, you like them?
Yeah.
I'm like, what? What does that have anything to do with me saying congratulations to this company for this good job? Like, that doesn't say I like them. I just say, hey, that's great. That's good for the consumer. You can't be pro-consumer. Yeah. You gotta be pro your brand, and that's it. Like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, these people are way too in deep with their brand loyalty crap. And if you ever say, personally, I think that this game sucks. I mean, you start getting all these replies like, how you're wrong and you suck and you're not a gamer. I'm like, dude, I never said the game sucked. I just said I think it does. Like, me personally, me. Like, I don't understand how people cannot handle opinions or actual, like, opinions that are, like, truly opinions, not just trying to, like, fanboy opinions, but, like, actual opinions. And then, two, they can't handle factual numbers because they somehow want to turn factual numbers into some subjective argument. And I'm like, dude, there's nothing subjective about numbers. Numbers are there. They don't lie.
There's a different. Yeah, I was gonna say that's objective.
Yeah, I was like, and I'm not gonna sit there and argue with you about numbers because, like, no matter how much you try to tell me that the Xbox One has more games than what the numbers say, I'm like, I'm sorry, but the numbers don't lie. Like, you can because you seem to be a little bit hurt about it, but sorry, but the numbers are there. I don't know how the numbers hurt you in any way, but I swear they act like these consoles are their fucking children.
Yeah. That's why I don't understand the butt hurt, dude. Like, I don't get it. I really don't. I mean, you know, I like my Xbox, but I'm not gonna sit there and lecture you for liking the PlayStation. I mean,
yeah, and vice versa. Like,
we joke around a lot about calling you a pony, but I don't really think you
yeah.
as a pony or anything. I think it's funny.
Yeah, same thing when when I joke around with y'all about Xbox, whatever.
Yeah.
We just joked about it between us. But like today, there was a guy that he's an Xbox guy. Like, he prefers Xbox, but he prefers PlayStation, but then he plays Xbox as well. Like, he plays them pretty equally. Actually, it's kind of odd how he does it. But
it's a lot of time.
Yeah, he screenshotted Shadow of the Colossus. And he said something about it, and then there was an actual Xbox guy that just plays PlayStation for the exclusives, and he replied to it, "Beautiful game." And there was this other Xbox guy that came in, he was like, "Yeah, but it's an empty world, and the only thing you're doing is one empty world, and you're fighting giant rocks." And he said there's only a few giant rocks. I'm like, dude, I was like, what the hell is, like, why are you, like, even chiming in with this? Like, two people were just simply enjoying the look of a game, and here you are shitting on it for no fucking reason.
Giant rocks. What the fuck? Yeah. What kind of game is he playing? Like,
apparently he thinks the Colossi are rocks or whatever. But I
don't remember giant rocks being able to swing at you or try to rip you off their bodies. Like, fuck.
And I never had hair. You know, I've never seen
or fly, unless it's from a volcano, of course. But I mean,
yeah. But yeah, I mean, it was like, it was just, and then somebody asked him, like, well, how many Colossi have you killed? And he, like, all of a sudden, just dead quiet, like he hadn't replied ever since.
Of course he hasn't.
You're just coming here just to shit on somebody. Like I don't understand why somebody, like, having fun with their game causes people to, like, turn around and shit on the person. I mean, I see people posting all the time about games on the Xbox that they're playing that I personally don't like, but I mean, I always, like, reply to them in a positive way because they're enjoying themselves playing.
When I saw that team announce their remasters or whatever, I was like, you know what? I'm really happy you guys get to experience that game because I experienced it way back in the day, you know? When it was on the PS2. Probably one of that Team Ico has probably done some of the most beautiful PS2 games you'd ever see, ever. You know what I mean? So when I saw Shadow of the Colossus being remastered, I was like, oh man, you guys are going to be in for a treat. Because the dynamics of the game and the way it works, it's not like anything else that you've ever played. It's not a God of War combo, you know, killer streak. It's not super bloody. It's not super violent. It's like a melody of, like, Journey with the scene and like a Zelda puzzle solver, but the solving the puzzle is actually defeating the giants. So when I saw it was coming to PS4, I was like, oh man, you guys are gonna really love this game. I hope you guys really appreciate it because I still have mine for the PS2, and I just remembered how great those games were, and I'm just really happy you guys got to finally dip your toes in it.
Yeah, of course, Crap Gamer had to, like, shit all over it.
Of course. Fucking crap, dude.
So many people are hyped for a game that clearly nobody even wants to play. And I'm like, yeah, so much, like, nobody wants to play it. Nobody cares about it so much that it not only has it been released, but it's been remastered and now remade. Dude. Yeah, so, like, clearly nobody wants it.
Almost every Team Ico game that came out on the PS2 was critically acclaimed.
Oh, yeah.
critically acclaimed, and even got a few Game of the Year awards. So, I mean, I don't know how many studios you know, Rambo, that have gotten consecutive Game of the Year awards for every game they release, but, I mean...
Yeah, Team Ico is pretty damn good with what they do in their storytelling.
Yeah, exactly. Like I said, I loved those games way back in the day. I enjoyed playing them. I thought they were... I mean, when you first boot those games up, man, like, especially if you're unknowing of what these games are, like, because, like, I went into these games thinking I wasn't going to like them, because I remember they were being advertised on Toonami back in the day, and they were like, back when the Android guy would do the game reviews of those games. I was like, this game can't be that good, you know. So I went out and bought it, and I couldn't stop playing it, dude. I got hooked. I got drawn in, and that has actually happened with me on all of their games so far. So I don't, and that's back, you know. And the reason why I remember it so fondly is just some of those games. When you go and you're, you know, what is it, the other game that is it Ico? Yeah, it is Ico.
Yeah, it's Ico, yeah.
Yeah, Ico, when you first play Ico, you're kind of like, what the fuck is this? And it usually starts off with that kind of, like, curiosity, like, okay, what am I doing? You just keep playing at that point to see where it goes.
Uh-huh.
And then after you finally start pushing and pulling and doing these puzzles, and you're helping the girl to come with you, and you have to make sure she lives, and like your curiosity kind of just continuously sprawls out of control without you noticing it. You know what I mean? Like you don't even realize it. You're just kind of like playing this game, and you're like 5 hours in, and it only feels like an hour. Like that's kind of what happened to me. Those
are the games I love to have happen. Where I love where you just get lost in it and you don't even realize that you've been there for as long as you have. Yeah.
Now, Rambo, you said all these games are tied together, right? Like, I mean, I guess I could see that. I just didn't know that.
Yeah, they are. I don't know how because, like I said, I've never played Ico. I've never played even Shadow of the Colossus. Guardian, but they're all made by. Well, I guess Ico made Ico and Shadow of the Colossus, and then that I think they might have had a hand in the Last Guardian. I'm not really sure, but for somehow like they're all linked together somehow, and I don't know. That's what somebody's told me. I can't swear by it because I've not looked into it, but that's what people told me is that they were. All linked together since like Ico came before, like Ico comes before Shadow, and then the Last Guardian was the one that we've been all waiting. Everybody's to finish it off.
That was interesting though. I didn't know that. Like I really didn't. I mean, like I said, I mean, because they have the character icon, which is the kid with the helmet, right? That's like that's how you know it's an Ico game, pretty much. It's like their symbol, pretty much. I always kind of figured maybe that played into it, like maybe the lineage of each character, where they came from. They having the similar helmets and stuff, so I kind of figured maybe that would be part of it. But like that's the only thing I could think that would draw them in a line together. I can't see any other. Cause I don't remember the Colossi being in any of the other games. I could have sworn it was like its own thing. So I don't know.
That's what I always thought. But that's what, like I said, that's what somebody told me that was like a big Shadow or a Team Ico fan or whatever.
Yeah.
And I just kind of went with it because you know they knew more about the game than what I did. So I've never been like I guess pressed to actually look it up to see if they were actually right.
So where would Guardian fit in all this?
That I don't know. I don't even know.
Because they're saying because they're saying all three are tied in together, right?
Yeah, that's what they're saying. Let me see. Our Ico. Enemy recon aircraft in the air.
Because I would think like if anything, Last Guardian would be a prequel, if that was the case.
Shadow of the Colossus is a prequel to Ico.
Oh wait, really?
Yeah, that's what it says. Set in the same world. In addition, Shadow of the Colossus explains some of the story from Ico. So I would recommend playing Shadow of the Colossus before Ico. Their connection, Shadow of the Colossus and Ico's connection, as well as timelines, are left up to personal interpretation.
I'm still here. Go ahead.
I'm still looking something up too. So. They're saying basically that the Last Guardian is kind of like a theory that it's connected.
Enemy recon aircraft in the air. Enemy counterintelligence aircraft observed.
Oh God, Cyrus, please don't bring that debate up because that was so fucking cringeworthy. And Chris, like, if y'all end up having like extra like PS Vita boxes or anything like that, y'all can send those my way. But that's really the only boxes I want sent my way. Or if Cyrus, if you happen to have an old Atari 2600 box, I'll take that.
Incoming enemy artillery. Get to cover.
Sorry about that. I'm back.
Oh, you're fine.
Did I come back to a live porno?
Yeah. I think you hurt yourself or something.
The other half was down here. What?
Oh man, Chris, you're missing it because the Vita has some pretty good games on.
No, we were talking about Team Ico games, Shane. I guess the fans were saying like that the games are connected somehow, and I was just telling him I remember how beautiful those games were way back with the PS2 days, and then that I was happy that, you know, if all Sony properties, that they decided that they were going to remaster these games instead of something stupid, you know. I mean, they own a lot of properties, so, or they owned a lot of game franchises, so.
Well, it's definite that Shadow of Colossus and Ico are related, but the tie to the Last Guardian, there's this fan theory that they're connected.
Oh, it's a fan theory? Okay.
Yeah. But the other two are definitely connected.
Alright. No. Now it's
I actually never played him, so I don't know.
That's because you're fucking gay.
No, I was like, when it came to PS2, I was more like whatever my dad bought or stole. So, is what we have.
Or stole.
Well, I mean, I told you before, Brim, what he did with game cartridges. Did I tell you, Rambo?
Yeah.
Do what?
I said, I've told Brim what he did with game cartridges. Did I tell you?
No.
No? For the longest, I couldn't have a Hollywood Video account because he'd go rent a game, take the guts out of a cartridge, and put it in like one he didn't want anymore, and then put the guts to that one back in that, you know, case. And so.
That's actually smart, though.
Yep. As soon as I tried to register for one, my last name would bring up some kind of flag in the system, and they're like, no, 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 no.
Oh, man.
Always had the new Madden on N64, that's for sure.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, like you put in Super Mario Brothers and it was Madden.
Exactly. Dad, where's Madden? It's in the Pac-Man case. Oh, okay.
Fuck.
NASCAR, that's in the Mario Kart case? Yep.
NASCAR was fun. Man, I hope they bring back Valkyrie Profile on Sony stuff. That would be fucking stupendous, dude. You ever played Valkyrie Profile, Rambo?
I have not.
That was a Square game, way for back in the day. It was really good though. It was the same it was in the same genre type as Star Ocean was, except like with this, it wasn't just turn-based, but like each button represented a character for the attacks. So like you could have a slew of characters to choose from, and create. And it was like something ridiculous. You had over like 1 million plus combination possibilities for your attacks. So in the first Valkyrie profile, you were trying to gather as many warriors as you can. Called Einari Hearts, and the idea was that you had to get these characters within a certain amount of time before Ragnarok. So you had to do all this shit before pretty much the end of the world. And depending on who you got would be depending like on what the in-game credits were. So like you'd get different ending for every other character or some shit. And there was like hundreds of characters to choose from. Like you had to go and do certain quests to get certain characters at all times. It was a really fun game, dude. It's beautiful too. They did another one for the PlayStation 2 that was actually really well done. It's probably the best looking PS2 game next to Shadow of the Colossus. But if you ever get the chance, man, and you get to pick it, because you have a PS2 now, right?
Yeah.
All right. So if you ever get the chance, and you see a Valkyrie Profiles for PS2 in one of your classic game stores that you go to, I'd suggest it.
It's called Valkyrie Profiles.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna type this in now so that way I don't forget what the name of it is.
There's no trophies on PS2 though, Rambo.
Well, no, but like I don't mind playing like the old games like on the old systems, but like I just have a problem like buying a new system and playing old games. Like that's one of the reasons like I won't even think about like the game Kingdom Come Deliverance, the new one that's come out. It has the look of Oblivion. Like the character models look like shit, and I mean, even though it's a current gen game, it looks like it should have came out back in 2008. Like it just looks terrible, and I'm like, there's just so many games out there that are releasing this gen that look like they belong this gen, even indie games, and I just don't have time to go back and like. To me, it would feel like I was going backwards to play a game rather than playing all the new ones that I have.
Have you even claimed the Xbox 360 games that you get free with gold?
I claim them. I just hide them.
Really?
Yeah, I never have installed one because
You should play Split Second, man. It's really fun.
I have that. I have that on PS Now, but
Then at least play it there and get the trophies. It's really fun.
I know. I think the platinum though is like a 6 out of 10, and I just can't be asked to
play a game.
To play that long on an old game. There's just so many like Last of Us and Persona 5 and Elder Scrolls Skyrim. I mean, I know it's an old game, but it's like been remastered on the PS4. But all those games in The Witcher 3 all take like hundreds of hours to platinum, and they're new games. So it's kind of like putting those aside so I can play, 20 or 30 hours on an old game. Just like to me, I don't know. It just doesn't make sense to me.
You figure it would to you though, because you're just in it for the trophies.
Well, yeah, but see, like the trophies, like if I go back and play an old game, like say, like the reason why I have the PS Now, like say the Disney games that are on there, like Brave and shit like that, they take 6 to 10 hours.
Split Second is a Disney game.
Yeah, it's on there. It's on the. But it takes like 6 to 10 hours to platinum it. Well, 6 to 10 hours I can get done like that platinum trophy in a day. I think. Let me look it up. I think because I looked up whenever I saw that Split Second was coming to PS Now, and because it reminded me whenever I saw it that it was a free game on Games with Gold.
Mm-hmm.
It's just pinwheeling for me.
You want me to take over?
I guess, yeah. That doesn't make any sense.
All right, just type in that chat to give him. Oh wait, it's back.
It's back up now.
All right, never mind. There you go.
Yeah.
Because on my end, it didn't even show the negatives or anything. It didn't even cut out on my end. It just said
Oh,
we were
now you're
live.
roboting like crazy.
God damn it, Suddenlink.
Yeah, Shane, you might want to take over because whenever he starts doing that, then it's not long before he's gone for the rest of the night. And it seems like it happens every damn Wednesday.
No, last Wednesday was good.
Oh, well, I can't. I'm assuming because I can't remember last Wednesday. I could have swore we had like either somebody else hosting it or. Because it seems like they do their service like almost every week up with your lines.
Fuck it, let me launch the old OBS. I can't figure the Streamlab one out real quick.
So did you get it?
Let me look. Yes, I did.
All right, let's try this out. So did you get it?
Let me look. Yes,
Oh
I
Lord, Tide Pod.
Huh?
He has a Tide Pod background.
Fucking Tide Pod background.
did. Hey, don't worry. Is that Windows 95?
That's the first thing I noticed.
Me too.
Of course, I'm the type of person that watches porn for the story, so
I know it's fucking top-notch acting.
I know. I'm like, you couldn't even tell it was not paid like professional actors.
That's hot.
I honestly didn't even know they even had sex in porn.
Who's got time to pay attention to that?
Yeah, the story is just that damn good.
Am I still roboting?
Yeah, you were just then, but then all of a sudden you weren't. So you're going back.
For fuck's sakes.
Now you really are.
Oh, this is fucking stupid, dude.
Oh, there was actually a rumor that Rockstar was going to put a Battle Royale mode in Red Dead Redemption 2. But I guess Take-Two was like, yeah, I mean, it's cool that they're, being successful right now. But he said, we really don't have, we don't want to, like, cause them to become diluted. He said, so we're really looking more for more innovative things than just, like, copying something just because it's successful. So it sounds like they're not going to do it.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I'm kind of happy about that.
I mean, I just recently got kind of sort of back into H1Z1 because it runs better now. And I've been playing PUBG off and on lately, so it's like, I don't really need another one right now.
Yeah, I mean, to me, they're drawing out or watering down the Battle Royale mode like quicker than they did the zombie modes.
Yeah.
Chris, I'm always on my phone during the podcast.
Which will be changing once we lose.
That's because the baby and my wife are asleep in the room where my PC is, so I can't do the podcast there. But once we move, my setup should be in an area where I can actually use my actual mic and shit. So that'll be nice. And I can actually even host some of the time at that point because you can't really host from your phone. Our smartphones just aren't that damn smart.
Hey, I'm at like 35 megabytes download right now. Woo!
You're speeding, man.
Uh,
What I found interesting is that they announced the Surge 2.
yeah! Like, I was wondering about that. I'm like, that can't be the same series that I'm thinking of. Is it? Like, like the futuristic Souls-like game? Like, that can't be it. That's what I was thinking of. There's no way to part two.
It's basically a Souls game with like robots instead of, whatever the hell the bosses are in Souls. But like the first one only sold like a total of like 200,000 copies, and so I mean, like the bragging or the not really bragging, but the talk about the game really wasn't ever happening. Like it kind of just released and just went away. I mean, people enjoyed it, but there wasn't just
my buddy that lives with me. He played the shit out of it. Actually, he went and bought it on launch. He was excited for it because he heard it was like a mechanized Souls game, and he said it was pretty good. But like, he said the controls were really bad though.
Yeah, and so I mean, whenever they said like the part 2 was coming, I was like, shit, man! Like so quickly after part 1, and if you see like some of the sales of these games that are like way higher than 200,000, and like you barely ever see a part 2. And this thing got 200,000 and getting a part 2 in 2 years after the first release. I'm like, shit. It almost sounds like these people had part 2 planned long before part 1 ever released.
What do you usually do nowadays? Don't they remember? Like they have a contract for like 3 or 4 iterations before they establish success with the first game, which is stupid. It's a huge waste of money, personally. Like that's so stupid. Hey guys, you have this completely new IP. Don't worry, there's gonna be 5 of them, even if you guys don't like it. It's like, oh god, why? You there, Shane?
Yeah, I'm just saying goodnight to Sandra real quick.
Aww.
Oh, good night, Sandra.
Put a finger in her butt and tell her I said what's up. Yeah, man, it's acting up. Of course it's acting up. Why? Because it's like, hey, you have a podcast tonight? Guess what? No, you don't. That's what it feels like anyways. Fuck.
Yeah, suddenly, fucks with you a lot.
Dude, every Wednesday and Friday, evidently. It's like, what? Like, I picked the maintenance days? Is that what this is?
Yeah, and I don't understand how, that they can have maintenance every fucking Wednesday and Friday. Like, shit, sooner or later they can fix their shit, right?
That's what I'm hoping. I've been looking at that TP-Link stuff, and I'm thinking about buying a TP-Link combo and see how that works. Because it's cheap, and they support high bandwidth. And it's got all the software technology that the Netgear stuff has, so it's a cheaper alternative.
Huh.
So anybody who has TP-Link stuff, please let me know down in the comments below if it's any good. Because I'm really considering it. I've just been looking into it a lot lately, and I need something that's stable. At this point, I don't know if it's my setup on my end or if it's their setup on their end. And with my luck, it could be a combination of the two.
I hate when it's a combination because then you never really know, until you actually go out and spend money, you never know how bad their part of the problem actually is.
Yep. Like my websites right now are all loading super slow, so I have no idea if that's me or if it's them. And I can't even see the chat because the chat won't come up. Yay, pinwheels! Woo, pinwheels!
I hate that symbol. Oh, there was actual a post, I guess, in Facebook. Somebody copied it or screenshotted it or whatever and shared it, but they said before the Black Panther movie comes out, they're gonna really dive deep down and read about the history of it, because they all their years of schooling, they were never taught about Wakanda, and they really want to know what type of place Wakanda is and how it began. And I guess nobody. I mean, people were there going, I know what. I feel the same way. I'm doing the exact same thing. Like going, did nobody in the fucking comment section go, that's because Wakanda's a fake fucking place?
Oh boy.
Yeah, like,
Oh
geez.
man.
It's
Jesus
sad that
Christ.
the ignorance. Like, then there was one picture, I guess, where in a black movie about Black Panther with like all cast black and whatever, and like I said, this white man sticking his nose in black people's business where it doesn't belong, and it's fucking picture of Stan Lee.
Oh,
I'm like,
God.
God, you dumb idiots! Like, that's how you have Black Panther.
And they were probably connecting Black Panther.
Yeah.
Fucking retards.
Yeah, and the Blue Psycho decided to share some lovely news with me, because he always I don't know like what news sites he trolls or whatever, but
Yeah.
I want no part of them, because there's some fucked up news that comes out of those things.
Mm-hmm.
And this one doesn't disappoint. The Antifa disrupts the LGBT parade, claiming gay people are offensive to Muslims.
What the fuck? Is this another one of those left eating the left type situations?
Yes.
I love it. I love watching cannibalism.
Yes, it's completely gone full circle now.
Can't we just get along? That's all I ever want. I don't want to see this, but fuck, these people are stupid.
Yes, like I mean, this whole like push for social justice, the way they're doing it, it's always going to come back and cannibalize each other, because eventually the paths that all they're fighting are going to cross, and they're going to have to. I mean, they're going to like conflict with each other, as this one does.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's a matter of time before everybody just starts all the left starts clashing with each other, which I think is hilarious.
I just want to see people get along. Like, I really do.
Yeah, that would be nice.
I mean, it's funny, you know what I mean? It really is. It's funny, but only for a bit, only for a time being, you know? Like, can't we just get back to, like, what matters in this world? Jesus Christ. The fucking, dude, what is it, the Victim Olympics, dude, like, it's real. It's a real thing.
Yes, it really is. I'm surprised they haven't actually added it to the Winter Olympics over there in Seoul, Korea. And let's see there was another one where a left-wing paper wrote an article about Antifa, and they called them a right-wing group. A far right-wing group called it Antifa. And I was like, what? Like, all of a sudden, like, they were extreme left-wing fighting the fascist right-wing people. And now all of a sudden, since they're doing something that you don't like, now they're right-wing people. I'm like, Lord, it's just funny to watch them all kind of, they don't know where to go, because they've kind of painted themselves all in a corner.
Oh, man. What is wrong
so hopefully,
with these people?
Yeah, hopefully, since they're all painting themselves in a corner, maybe we can actually kind of them actually stopping their bullshit, because eventually they're going to start maybe seeing that, wait, we're fighting with each other now.
God, I hope something like that happens, man.
Me too.
Jesus. Like, can these guys just come together for one fucking thing? Just one fucking thing. That's all they need.
Yeah, and you've seen the news about Dr. Disrespect, right?
What, that he came back and he crashed Twitch?
No, I mean, he did do that, yes. But since he came back, a Chinese, an Asian, excuse me, I shouldn't assume he's Chinese. I guess a content creator decided to put out a smear thing on Dr. Disrespect, talking about, you know, he thought he could slide away and be okay with cheating on his wife, but that's, you know, that's a bad thing, but racism is okay. And there's clips of him in character and playing a game, and he's going, ching chong, ching chong chong chong, I'm from China, like that, because he's like getting pissed off because the Chinese servers are, the Chinese people from the servers are in there cheating in PUBG.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, first of all, that's clearly a joke. It's, I mean, but whenever they label that shit like that, the racism is whenever somebody is actually being racist, we're just gonna go, oh, it's you again. You know, you're complaining about racism again. Yay, let's move on. And they're not even gonna get the actual light that, you know, needs to be shined on the actual racism. It's just the racist thing is getting old at this point. Like, it's,
Bro, like I have a stream up on I had a stream up on Mixer of me wearing my rice paddy farmer hat
yeah.
with a Master Chief mask on. Yelling fuck you around every time I died in Quick Champions. And in that very stream it says I was killed by Mario, and I'm like face palming myself. Like, this shit was hilarious because that's actually how it worked out. Some random dude in Quake Champions was named Mario. And I couldn't fucking believe the timing of it because I just thought that would make for a great meme. I was like, no fucking way, dude. I mean, it's just, like, I could imagine that now. Like, if I was to become big, they'd go back and see that. Like, oh my God, Brimstone's racist. He's racist.
Oh yeah, it would definitely be.
I'm like, fuck off with that bullshit, you retards. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it's gotten to the point now to where I mean, like seriously, like, if I mean, somebody could go out and like literally lynch somebody, like lynch a whole black family or whatever, and have burn a cross on their lawn. And if some of these same people like tweeted about it, we'd almost always like look at it and go, oh, it's you again, and just move on, because like we'd be thinking you're doing the same dumb shit as you did before, and not even read the article. But like it's taking, like, to me, like, I think when you use the word racist or like pedophile or any of these rapists or any of these big words like that, I think you really need to like reserve those for the actual hardcore things.
Yeah.
And not use them just so lightly.
Their meanings aren't as powerful anymore.
Not at all. I mean, you're just like, yeah, whatever, okay. Move on.
So, yeah, sorry it took a minute. I had to get icy hot on my back where I did whatever I did to it real quick, so.
You alright?
It's starting to be, yeah. Smell like a fucking candy cane, but it's better than.
You know, you went in there and fucked because you're only a minute to win it type of person.
Oh, it totally.
That's when I start calling Shane the minute to win it.
Well,
yeah.
You know what? At this point, I take it because at least I'm fucking a girl this time, right?
Yeah, at least you're not gay, right?
Right.
I didn't change anything. What are you talking about?
Well, now we can say he's a minute to win it with the guy. I mean, just make sure I have to put that guy part in there.
Oh, okay.
If you're talking about vomiting rather than coming, then yeah.
Have you tried to do both at the same time, Shane? It's invigorating.
I don't think that's
so
physically
you
possible.
are interested in exchanging bodily fluids with another guy.
Damn.
That's what
Exchanging means it goes both ways. I'll vomit.
I'll be right back again. I'm going to reset my system and see if that helps.
So I can almost guarantee that if you threw up on another person, that they probably would be an exchange there. At least in my instance, like if I even see somebody throw up, I'm throwing. It's just a involuntary reaction.
I do horrible with throw up. I really do. Like, whenever any of my kids are throwing up, I'm like, honey, your turn.
Yeah, I just have to leave the room. I'm like, I'm done. I'm out. Nope, can't do it.
And then when they throw up next to my desk and stuff where my Xbox is, I'm like, no, go do it over there because I need something to do while your mother takes care of you.
Yeah, I can't. No, my wife knows. Like I can do most anything, but when it comes to throw up, nope. it's just too much for me.
Yeah, we have an unspoken agreement. I will take care of all the plumbing in the house when she takes care of the throw up. So, if she ever has a problem with it, then she can fix the next time she breaks the garbage disposal or one of the kids flush something down the toilet that's not supposed to be there. She can fix that shit. Because I don't know if you've ever fished any valuables out of the toilet in your day as a dad, but oh my God, I have.
Yeah, I have.
And that is never fun.
No, one thing I've learned though, like again, I guess I mean because I've forgotten it because it's been so long, but babies look small, but they actually have like really long fucking arms.
They do.
Like they may only be like 2 foot tall, or even maybe that their arm span is like a good 12 feet. Like you can put that shit all the way back, and like so they somehow find a way for their arms to reach it.
I know. I've gotten to where I have nothing on my desk anymore. Nothing. Except the monitors and my Xbox. And my Xbox is surrounded by the monitors, so she doesn't even know it's there. And I put a bottle of anti-acids, an empty bottle of Tums right in front of the light, so she never knows when the light's on. Because if she sees that light, then I'm done with. She loves lights. Hey, Bram, you back? Brimstone. I think he might want to control R, dude. Yeah, you're lighting up, but I can't hear you, so probably control R.
Yeah, I can't hear him at all though.
I found my back scratcher. I don't know if that's good news or not. And I haven't lost it. I've had it now all weekend.
The actual back scratcher or the makeshift back scratcher?
No, the actual back scratcher.
Okay.
My wife still has a switchblade.
It's probably a good thing.
I know where it is. She puts things she doesn't want me to find in her tampon box just because I won't go in there anyway. I just don't need it that badly.
You're like, yeah, these are something I'll never touch, so... Now, are you one of the guys that are embarrassed to go buy them for your wife?
No, I've done it several times.
Yeah,
I'll chat up the cashier and be like, you know, it's one of those heavy flow days for me, and it like stays stupid shit like that.
Yeah, my wife's daughter's dad, like he won't even he'll send somebody else to the store to go get stuff, and he won't even go through the checkout line if his daughters are actually having to buy pads. Like he's just completely embarrassed at the idea of pads. I'm like, dear God, like I'll go in and buy them for my daughters, my wife, it doesn't bother me at all.
Who's embarrassed?
My ex-wife's husband,
Your wife's ex-husband.
my wife's ex-husband, yeah.
Not your ex-wife's husband.
Yeah, that's right.
Are you getting a divorce?
Yes. No.
You did it, huh? You bought that giant TV on a credit card, didn't you?
That would definitely be grounds for.
Oh, you told me a couple years ago now, Best Buy had a TV that you wanted to finance, and she said she'd leave you if you did it.
Yep, and if I still to this day, if I came home with that without her okaying it, yeah, there would be a divorce. But I would love to do it, though.
I love you.
But then that's what I bought for you for Valentine's Day.
See, sweetheart, it says quantum dot. That means my love for you is infinite.
Did you get the rose that I taped to the remote or not? I mean,
clearly it's a Valentine's Day present. I don't know what you're talking about.
I did not buy this for myself. Don't worry. All my games are connected to it, so whenever we're down together, I got something to play. She'd be like, yeah, you know, this isn't working out.
She's like, and I'm taking the TV.
What? Yeah. Andy, I knew you took the TV, you bitch. God damn it.
Yeah, man, I'd be left with the bill, but no fucking TV.
I
Be my
would say that would be like your worst case scenario, would it? It'd be like, that'd be your nightmare. You'd be like, no! Samsung, I'm sorry! Sony, I'm sorry!
I'd be putting some sad sob story on the internet trying to hope that like Sony or somebody would send me another TV.
Is Oklahoma a 50-50 state?
Yes. Well,
Oh,
it's
shit.
more of an 80-20 state, really. Like there is no 50-50 shit when it comes to divorces.
That's how
Well,
it
I
is here
mean-
in Arizona. It's 50-50.
It's supposed to be 50-50, but let's
Yeah.
be real. You're lucky if you even get
Yeah.
your kids nowadays if you have a dick. So, I mean,
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm surprised at this point. Like, whenever you go to get a divorce, if you have kids, that make the men take like a psychological evaluation where they're just to get visitation, while the women's automatically, getting full custody of the kids, even though she has DHS claims against her.
dude, I actually found a way out of that. Like, it's not from experience or anything, but with the way the world goes, if you were to identify as like a transgender or something, or I don't know, a toaster or something, I bet you the court would give you the kids because you're special. I mean, it's
Not in Oklahoma though, because Oklahoma people they don't play around with it. Like, there's no, like, the judges here aren't like real liberal. They're a lot of conservative judges, which I kind of like. Yeah, I kind of enjoy that, but I mean, at the same time, is like they're really like old fashioned when it comes to the whole, like, they're really old fashioned set in their ways, like when it comes like the like custody arrangements and shit.
Interesting.
You know, whenever I got full custody of my kids, I had to like settle out of court to get it, because even though like my ex-wife has been like proven to like have drugs around the kids and like have done drugs with the kids, she's been proven to have actually failed drug tests while we were going through court. She's had like three or four DHS claims against her while we were going through court. The judge was actually going to grant her custody.
Fuck
And
that.
so, yeah, we had to settle out of court so that way I could actually get the custody that I wanted. And I didn't get the full custody that I wanted because I wanted like her with like no visitation rights. But they basically gave me full custody, but basically normal visitation rights for her.
damn.
It's amazing. Yeah, it's amazing how lopsided the damn legal system here is in Oklahoma. And that was after probably about $45,000 worth of legal fees.
That you're still paying on.
Yes.
That's fucked.
After that, I basically said no more, man. Like, there's just no point in fighting a system that is rigged against you.
Yeah, I agree with that.
For real, women talk about equality when like men have the same type of issues they talk about, just in different areas.
Yep.
Men aren't allowed to have majority ruling over their kids. Fucking almost every judge is for a woman when they are for a man.
Oh yeah.
Show me the last guy that got out of a traffic ticket by squeezing his tits together. I've never met one.
Yeah, I've never met one either.
I'm working on that one. Hold on, I'm still working on that one. I'm hoping one day I can get lucky and like film that whole situation. That'd be hilarious.
That would definitely be hilarious.
I'm like, excuse me, officer, what is wrong?
You could be like, you could post it up on YouTube like equal rights confirmed.
That would be hilarious. And that, like, it could also run as a pistachio commercial. Remember the pistachio commercial with that chick with the unibrow?
Oh yeah.
God damn it. Yeah, see, Dunlink's website's not loading for me. The fuck?
What's not doing what for you now?
Suddenlink's website, it's not loading for me.
Now let me check that bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jay Caesar. For some reason, the women say that whenever men are faced with that in court, it's because of the patriarchy. That men are done that. I'm like going, so wait a minute. The men rigged it against themselves? Like, that makes no fucking sense.
Oh, it works for me, man. And it says there's no outages.
Oh my gosh.
It must be your server, like your modem or whatever.
Yeah, probably. This is so retarded.
I hate internet problems.
So do I. Cuts
I mean,
off and all this stuff.
When it goes down, you really feel like you have to start churning butter and shit like that. And it's a rough time.
Squashing grapes to make wine.
Yeah, it's a rough time.
It's like, what do I do now? Watch a DVD, whatever that is, and make something in the oven? Whatever.
Kids are starting to call you a paw, and
Jesus, should they like just pop in a VHS just to make it worse? Like, what the fuck?
oh, Best Buy is gonna stop selling CDs.
Yeah, really?
Yeah, so I guess it's eventually gotten to the point of like where digital is taking over the CD world or the music world.
Interesting.
What is your question, Xbox guy?
Oh, here we go.
Yeah.
While I rub my hands together and grin.
He says he's not trolling, but we'll have to see what the question is.
Now, he said it's going to sound like he's trolling, so...
Yeah. As long as it's not a stupid question, I'll answer it.
Is it about my Uganda Knuckles riding a Tide Pod unicycle or Windows 95?
What?
Oh, you didn't see that picture? Yep. Uganda Knuckles riding a Tide Pod unicycle.
Where in there?
Retarded.
On the podcast.
I know, but where in that picture? Like, I don't...
Stop looking at the ass, Rambo, and it's the one all the way to the left.
I just thought, I just saw, like, Friends Don't Let Friends Tide Pod or whatever.
Yeah, I just put it up.
Oh, okay. Okay. Let me reload it then. Okay, that's what it is. Yeah, because it doesn't, like, on my phone, it doesn't, like, refresh the picture whenever you do it. I have to close it out and then do it again. Well, Xbox guy, I can't actually speak for like Porter Rock Stream and what happened because I have no earthly idea what you were doing and everything. I can't just like take your word for it and assume that they were wrong. So I don't know. Like, but again, I mean, it goes back to like just like anything else. I mean, if that did happen and somehow like you weren't being a fanboy or doing anything stupid and you got banned, then I mean it just goes back to the same thing with any like if you go to any of these console specific type what's it called?
Who's Porter Rock?
Channels. Porter Rock is he's a PlayStation guy, but I don't know, he's one of the ones that
Like, is he like a Potsy guy or whatever his name is?
Uh-huh.
Dobby Potter, is he like him?
No, he doesn't really fanboy. He just really kind of just deals with like the factual number, like the numbers and shit. And I guess he was more down to earth and realistic. Now I don't know, like his mods. I've never been to his live streams like that, so I don't know who his mods are to know what they would do. But again, I mean, like it's not. I mean, it's not just PlayStation guys. Since if it's basically anybody. Like I said, if you go to any of these channels that are specific to a brand, then their mods. I got banned in Next Gen's thing without even just by simply saying like "What's up, Next Gen" one time. So I mean, it's simply just because.
Did they call you a pony before they did it?
No, they did. I mean, they did afterwards. After I like they blocked the pony or whatever like that. Like, but I never even mentioned anything about PlayStation or Xbox or anything. And then, but it was like it wasn't Next Gen that did it. It was his mods. But it just happens. Like this is what happens. Or they could have banned you because like maybe something of previously. And when they saw you come back, they weren't gonna, deal with it. And even though maybe you weren't doing it, but they just assumed since you have that history, then that you were gonna be that type of person. I don't know. Can't speak for that. It's unfortunate if they didn't give you a chance, but again, I can't speak for them. So
Now, did you go in there with your Xbox Eye account or your Halo Storm account? Well, I guess either way, they could tell right off the bat you're an Xbox guy.
yeah. But I mean, I've seen them talk to like, I mean, not on the chat or whatever, but like I know like Porter Rock and his people, whatever, talk to Xbox guys, but I don't really see them ever being sensitive about it. But it's usually the ones that are like just dumb as hell. Like where the guy, this was funny. Like one guy posted a picture of a screenshot of. He kept on posting Gran Turismo shots. And then he posted a picture that was just of a car, and this guy named Rollop something, it's all in caps. He replied to him going, that soupy mess, that's nothing but pissy forestation, soupy mess or whatever. And the guy was like, are you really sure about that? And he actually posted the full screenshot, and it was a Forza 7 picture. And so clearly he was just simply hating on it because he thought. And then it actually happened again to the guy. The same exact situation. The guy did it again and said the same shit. It ended up being a Forza 7 picture. And like those guys, they'll block because they're just nothing but like trash or whatever. But for the most part, like they deal with most people, it seems like.
So you are Halo Storm.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I'm just fucking with you.
Oh, so Xbox guy, more than likely it's because of like your previous like actions, like your like whenever you used to come into this chat, or I've seen you in other chats or whatever like that, before you like decided to quit doing the stupid shit, you would go in there and fanboy hard for defend Xbox at all costs. And then since you turned over the new leaf or whatever, and you're trying to do, not do the fanboy thing, some people just aren't going to forget like what you did before. And so when they see you come back, they're automatically going to associate you with how you had behaved before and not really give you a chance. So, I mean, that those are some of the consequences of like your actions prior to the new thing. Yeah, but Xbox, I mean, you saying that like no fanboy crap from you, like with your history, that's just words on a thing. So, I mean, maybe over time they'll unban you or whatever. But
some of these motherfuckers hold grudges. Yeah,
some of them do. Seriously, I mean, to this day, I'm blocked by some Xbox guy. I don't even recall ever talking to this motherfucker, but like. He blocked me, and he knew, like, he responded to, like, one of the articles from the Loot Gaming website or whatever, and it was about me talking about, oh, it's from that guy. He's nothing but trash, whatever. I don't even remember talking to this guy. So I talked to him from the Game Talk podcast site so that way I could actually respond to him, and he blocked that one immediately. Like, I don't know who the fuck this guy is or what I did to him, but apparently I talked some shit about his daughter or something. I don't know. You would think the way he behaves.
I'm still blocked by Next Gen from, and I still have him blocked too, to be fair, but from 2011. I mean,
good lord.
Yeah, tell me shit ain't changed since then. I mean, fuck, I was barely old enough. Well, yeah, I was just over the legal drinking age then. And it wasn't even like because of me. It was because that Gamer Nate guy. I mean,
Yeah.
so 2011, fucking 7 years.
Well, I mean, whenever Next Gen and what's his name, BG got into that call together, like they hadn't spoken, I think what they said 7 or 8 years, and like they immediately just started yelling and cussing at each other like they were like they had just all this shit just had transpired the day before. It's like, good lord, man, like how are y'all still holding on to shit that happened fucking 7, 8 years ago? Like I can't even remember shit that fucking happened 7 or 8 years ago.
Yeah, I mean, shit, I can barely remember what even happened between me and him.
Yeah, when it comes to like, if it came to my kids, I could remember, but if it comes or my family or whatever, but if it came to like something on the fucking internet, I'd be like, I don't remember being mad at you. Okay. Yeah, Xbox guy, that Robert dude, he's a character. He used to come in here and talk about how he's not a fanboy and whatever, but then like he'd be sharing pictures like Photoshop pictures of Crap Gamer and Tim Dog, and I'm like, dude, you are a fanboy. He's like, well, I didn't make the picture, so I'm not a fanboy. I'm like, that's not really how this shit works. Like, that's, and he sent me a screenshot of the DM where he got the picture, and I'm like, I don't give a shit like where you're getting them, like, but if you're sharing them and replying to Phil Spencer with these pictures, like, chances are you're a fanboy. I quit following him because I got tired of seeing the stupid dumb shit. Like I used to follow him because he'd come in this podcast for a while, and I always give some people a chance. And yeah, that dude, I tried talking to him one day, and his name was Robert McLeod.
Oh, we were talking to Xbox guy because he got banned in that Porter Rock guy stream for basically just being an Xbox fan or whatever. At least that's what he says. And Rambo was saying he got banned like that in one of Next Gen streams. I said, yeah, me and Next Gen have had each other blocked since 2011. I mean, it just, people hold grudges sometimes on this fucking platform.
Bro, like, did Porter Rock used to be an Xbox guy?
No, he's always been a PlayStation guy.
Oh.
I mean, we had him on here before. Like, Porter Rock, he said Porter Rock banned him as one of his mods. But I told him the chances are it was because whenever he came in there, you know how he used to come in, like Xbox guy or Halo Storm or whatever, he used to always come in here and troll us.
Mm-hmm.
I said, chances are, I said, as soon as you came in there, they, even though you said you turned over a new leaf, they're not going to give you a chance because they're going to remember all the other shit that you've done. So I said, that's probably the reason why it happened. But yeah, that Robert McLeod dude, though, he was in here and he was bitching about Phil Spencer blocking him. He's like, Phil Spencer's a pussy. He blocked me, and he goes, I'm not even a fanboy or whatever. And I'm like, what'd you do? He's like, well, I sent him a picture, and I'm like, dude, you're a fanboy. Like, the only people that deal with Photoshop pictures of other men are fanboys, and
or soccer faggots. But either or, I mean,
yeah. I mean, either or. You pick your poison there on that one. And he couldn't handle it. Like, he was like trying to defend it and saying, well, I'm not a fanboy because I didn't create the picture. And I'm like, that's not how this shit works, bud. Like, I'm not a drug addict. I didn't grow the weed.
I didn't hold the lighter to the crack pipe.
Yeah. like that dude's a special one. If Robert's mod in his chat, then yeah, that's probably a good chance that he's because he can't stand Xbox or anybody that related to Xbox.
Well, I'll be right back. My daughter just came
So
out.
chances are, if he's a mod, that's probably the reason why he got banned. But again, I have no idea. Just kind of assuming on my part.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah, this platform's crazy though, man. Like they've taken it and treated I guess the internet like kind of like the streets. Like they're trying to apply street logic to the internet, which like blows my mind.
These people are idiots.
Yeah.
Nice meme of Dewey.
Jesus Christ.
He doesn't know Dewey. He's riding a Tide Pod.
Fucking.
It actually kind of worked pretty well for a unicycle too, with the little different color things, and it kind of makes it look like that's what he's using for it to push it, like to go.
So there's a new battle royale shooter coming called Fear the Wolves. Have you guys seen that?
I've heard about it, like from the soccer
Yeah, I've heard
devs.
about it. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm so tired of battle royales, though. To be honest.
me too. I'm just like done already, and it hasn't even.
There's only been 2 of them that have been on the radar.
Yeah,
3
but there's
maybe.
been so many. I think it's been so many people talking about adding the thing to it, and it's just that's all you hear is battle royale, battle royale, battle royale. It's like I'm hearing more about battle royale than what I did whenever zombies was a huge thing. It seems like it's just.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just like what they did with FPSs. I mean, they raped the shit out of that genre, and then, you know,
Yeah.
zombies,
That's
now
few-
battle
only a
royale.
few- Zombies, though, that was like, oh man, that was so painful because Call of Duty made them popular, and then they stayed Call of Duty for a while, and then next thing you know, everybody had to have zombies.
I was just gonna say, yeah, everybody and their brother decided they had to have a fucking, yeah.
And then like games that didn't even relate to like Red Dead Redemption, fucking didn't even relate to fucking zombies, but we had to create a fucking DLC that was zombie related. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, made no sense at all.
Yeah, it's pretty fucking dumb.
So you didn't platinum anything, Rambo, since last podcast?
No, I've been working on The Last of Us. I did buy some more European games to platinum though. Like in between, I guess, play sessions with The Last of Us.
As in, like, taking a whole day break, or is it just like an hour platinum?
Oh, like an hour or 2 platinum and stuff like that. Just kind of a quick little break and then back to the grind. I say grind, but I mean, to me, the Last of Us is a lot of fun to play.
Fair enough.
I'm really not looking forward to because right now I'm playing on easy because I'm going through and getting all the collectibles and conversations and doors and all that crap. And then because you can play on any difficulty, and once you beat it, it unlocks the new game plus modes. And then basically, all I have left is like some multiplayer trophies and to beat the game on Survivor Plus difficulty. But at least with Survivor Plus difficulty, I'll be able to just focus on getting from each scene or whatever to the next one instead of actually having to worry about like, okay, well, I got to make sure I get this door and this conversation and this, collectible and shit like that.
Yeah.
So you just run through the game once you get to Survivor Plus, then, is what you're saying?
Yeah, I'm gonna run through it I'm gonna do it basically as all stealth as I can. But there's a lot of encounters on the in Last of Us where you can kind of just sneak by and never actually have to deal with them. And there's a few forced encounters like where you have to beat them before anything will unlock or whatever. But I'm gonna do as much as the sneaking as I can because on the Survivor Plus or Grounded Plus, they're both like one hit, you're dead. So.
And you can't die in that game, or you start?
Oh, you can die. I just don't want to. I don't want to sit there and keep playing the exact same every encounter over and over again until I'm able to pass it.
Oh yeah.
So even though I'm playing on easy, I've been practicing like doing like the really slow what's it called sneaking and shit. So that way, because I'm gonna go immediately into the Survivor Plus, so that way I kind of have everything still fresh in my head on how the encounters go, so that way I can get through them as quickly as possible. But I figured the last episode was a good platinum to have.
Yeah.
A respectable platinum to have.
Well, I mean, with, these people that don't buy or play exclusives, if you didn't have the platinum to one of the biggest exclusives to that console, I mean.
Yeah, that's true, yeah. And I've got to do the Crash trilogy, too.
You still haven't done Crash Bandicoot?
God, no. That one is hard. Give me just a second, I'll explain. Yeah, the people that I guess remember Crash 1 pretty well said that the remaster is like the timed runs on each level. They said they're actually harder on the remaster than they are in the original game. And so like I was having trouble with Crash 1, like getting past some levels and trying to do the time runs where you're getting the level done like in mere second. Well, basically, I mean, sometimes it's a minute or whatever, but like kind of what it feels like seconds in comparison to taking your time with a level. This does not sound fun at all. So that'll be one where I kind of just I'll play like a level, do like a speed run on it, and keep trying until I get that speed run done, and then on that one level, and then move on to another game. And I'm done with that game. Come back, do the next level. So that one will be a long plat to happen, but I want to get it though.
Yeah, I saw that too, Xbox guy. The Xbox One S bundled with Sonic Adventure 2 that looks like a Dreamcast. Yeah, that shit is cool.
Do they is it like his own custom made thing or something?
Yeah, I believe it's just some like fan made skin for the Xbox.
That's cool.
And then I'm pretty sure they redid box art and stuff for Sonic Adventure 2 in an Xbox One case, and yeah.
Oh, that's cool. I know that they said they always kind of called the Xbox the Dreamcast 2.
Yeah, really. I mean, it's what the Dreamcast could have been.
Yeah, and I think that even like with the Xbox, like Sega, I think somehow Sega was, I don't know if they were like involved, like say like Nintendo and PlayStation were involved with each other type thing. But I think the reason why they say like the Dreamcast 2 is because like the Sega had something, like maybe they were in talks of a partnership, but it never like actually came to even close to fruition like PlayStation and Nintendo did.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't. I didn't ever keep up with history back then.
I don't think anyone did. I mean, there was like actual journalists that probably did, but
yeah. And today's, I mean, if I try to write about it today, like you wouldn't be able to believe it because of the type of journalism that we have.
Oh, nice. What'd you get for it, Cyrus? He sold his video card.
And you better been able to get a pretty good penny out of it now these days.
So he actually sold it, huh?
Sold it for $60 more than he. What kind of GPU was it?
Sold it for $380. That's not bad at all. And hell, you made a $60 profit after what, 2 years? That's pretty decent. Yeah, there was some guy after I posted those numbers that said that Xbox should just give up and like making consoles or whatever. I'm like, why? Like, if you look at their history, like their first box didn't do that well, but their next box did like extremely well. I was like, but then now this box isn't doing that well. I said, so they kind of just like, it's almost like every other gen they're preparing for the next gen, and it seems like the next gen always, after their downside, always ends up becoming a popular one.
Yeah, it's like a reset phase.
Yeah.
R9 390X. That's a good card. Not only for gaming, I'm sure that person's going to get a lot of good mining out of that card.
Well, they're probably excited to be able to buy it for $380 instead of $3,000.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I was telling you, like it would suck right now to, like, say you wanted to play some game coming out in like towards the end of February, maybe sometime in March or whatever, but the specs were out of your GPU range, and so the only way to play any game going forward was to upgrade your GPU. Like right now, I'd like, instead of doing that, I'd just go out and buy like a PlayStation or an Xbox. I'd be like, fuck it. It'd be
At least
cheaper,
there's
and
no
at least like
shortage of those.
yeah, and it's cheaper, and you can actually, like, you're guaranteed to be able to play the game. Might not to be your satisfactory standards at 144 frames per second or whatever, but it's a lot better than paying $1,500 for a GPU.
This is true. Xbox guy said they've only finished 2 gens. They're still new to consoles. Yeah, in a sense.
Yeah. I would still consider them in their infant phase.
At the same time, though, PlayStation's only finished 3. So
Yeah, I mean,
they are definitely the younger one out there, yeah, but I wouldn't say they're new. I mean,
no, you really can't. I mean, you couldn't argue that they're new because, I mean, like, yeah, I mean, PlayStation's what, only one generation ahead of them, and
yeah. But yes, out of the 3 front runners, yes, they are the newer one.
I think Xbox just came in a generation too late to be like where, like, on the level like PlayStation, because PlayStation was able to make all the deals and get all the relationships for a whole generation before Xbox even was thought of or whatever. And so I think that's, I'm not saying that's like what it's affecting the sales and shit today, but I think that it's just kind of like what we was talking about, like Google trying to jump into the market now. I don't think that like they would be able to compete in the market, and it's kind of hard it was kind of hard for Xbox to truly be like one of the top dog competitors because of the fact of they're coming in after PlayStation and Nintendo already had kind of solidified themselves. Nintendo definitely had already solidified themselves, but PlayStation came out of the gate pretty well strong with the PlayStation 1. Yeah, I would honestly say that PlayStation probably has more recognition now than like what Nintendo does, just simply because Nintendo kind of fell off for a little while. But Nintendo's getting it back quite a bit really quick with the Switch. I would say there for a while, like you would be able to, if you would pick, like a developer was going to have to pick between PlayStation and Xbox, he would have picked a PlayStation to put his game on. And now with the Switch success, I think that it probably more of a toss up. But yeah, the brand recognition really goes a long way. From Xbox has just got to find its customer base that they're going to go after, and just kind of focus on that customer base.
And
there's an occasional
grow from there. I mean,
yeah. I think like with the leadership changes and stuff, Phil Spencer just has to kind of find his way to to get to where he like focus on the core customer and then kind of like have the sort of off branches that kind of please the other ones. But I think he's just got to find his way in that mix right now, because a lot of shakeups happen like right at the start of this generation for Xbox. And it wasn't like a smooth transition type thing. It wasn't like okay, well, I'm stepping down and you're going to fill my shoes. It was like, no, you get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. Getting tired there, Brim?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I could have swore I heard like something growl over on his side, but
My internet's been acting up, so like all I could do is sit here.
You're clear now for some reason.
Yeah, you're clear as day.
Now that you're snoring, like you're really clear though. It's like of all the times that you want roboting, this one's gonna come in loud and clear. Yeah, Shadowkin, you lucky that you got a 980 back when you did, because like I feel sorry for some of the people that got you know, some of the early cards is basically enough to get by, because like right now they're not really getting. And it's fair, but like I don't know. What do y'all think? Is a 1080 6 gig for $800 too high?
1080 6 gig? You mean a 1060? 1080s don't come in 6 gig.
Yeah, I thought they were just 8 gig.
But if what you mean is 1060 for 800 in today's market, no, that's not too high.
But I do think that it's too high, like in a general market, like in a normal market. Yeah.
If you can wait for this thing to be over, or for Samsung to come out with their chips that are designed for cryptocurrency mining, I would just wait.
Yeah, you'd definitely be better off waiting, because you're going to be hard pressed to find one for $400, like you were saying. Because right now, even the used ones, they're selling them like crazy for like way a lot higher than what they should be.
Yeah, there are a lot of new ones that are selling for like the old brand new price before this rage.
Yeah.
If not higher.
And Xbox guy, I think that is a fair assessment that Xbox's mistakes this generation, the beginning start of it, was kind of like reminiscent of the PlayStation 3 launch. The difference though with like PlayStation being able to turn it around was they had plenty of first party studios to really pump out the exclusives once the hardware situation and pricing situation was fixed. Whereas Xbox doesn't really have that luxury, so they have to go out and kind of buy it. So it'll be interesting to see how they turn. Like if they turn this generation around, they're never going to turn it around to where they're even close to PlayStation. But if they turn it around more towards a positive note going into the next generation, it'll be interesting to see what they do to achieve that. I guess this E3 will kind of be telling a lot. Because to me, I think Phil Spencer's been there long enough to have secured some game. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't know. Was there anything else you guys want to talk about? Because Brim seems like he's tired, and we've already been going on for about 3 hours or so.
Yeah, I think that we covered all the gaming news that I remember.